I can pull up the actual D&D window.
I tried to wear a witch's hat and Faye got mad.
Let me pull up Twitch.
How do I
also have my Halloween garb. Oh my god.
Fit to screen.
You just can't tell.
Air 5.
No, oh no, don't do that. Control Z, please. Transform.
Okay.
Does this have a filter
It
on it?
sounds like we're smacking our cameras now.
It should not have a filter on it.
No, it's not that. I'm trying to remember what I did to this window. Oh, it's because it's a small window. Okay.
So I have pet dead mice, and I'm gonna make jewelry.
Why is this what we're talking about right now?
Huh?
Okay.
Did I hear that correctly?
You already knew about it. Don't act surprised.
Look, the troll liked the banana bread. Okay.
Troll likes the banana bread.
Cat already knew about it.
I don't know if you're making stuff out of them. I thought you just had them.
All right, I'm gonna do a test recording just so I make sure we have audio. Because last time I recorded 4 hours of video with no audio.
Oh, that's rough.
Testing 1 2 3. Hello.
Alrighty, we are live on Twitch, everybody.
Uh-oh.
And we officially have one viewer. So
Please don't hurt me.
Well, you would have two, but I'm in here, so.
I mean, you could always tab it.
Don't do it.
What
Okay.
is
Fake views.
Can you run grab what's on the printer for me, please?
recordings?
What else do you want me to
Slobs.
do next?
That's it.
Do you want me to print it myself?
I already.
That's
Okay.
Star Citizen. This is the recording I just made.
Oh,
Hello.
lovely. So we are going to for the.
All right, cool. I actually have audio, so I'm gonna
Where is
start recording the audio now. All right, we're good.
Do you need like a highlighter or anything? Or are you good?
Sorry.
Do you need a highlighter?
Nope. Alright. So for the stream, and I just want to fix this really quick. This is probably the most professional setup ever for a D&D stream.
Oh my goodness. Is that a pirate cap? Are you?
It is a pirate. I couldn't find a wizard hat. All right, leave me alone.
Oh no. All right.
Pretend it's a wizard hat.
The captain of this
That's
adventure.
what I always do.
The
So
captain
my
of this
pages tonight did not print correctly. So
There you go.
what we're gonna do?
What was I doing? I was with D&D Beyond. That's right.
Okay, everybody. Welcome to. I don't have a name for it yet, but I've been calling it Dungeons and Dumbasses on YouTube.
Rude.
Right?
That's
That's
pretty
kind of
accurate.
rude.
I did not consent to that name.
Me either. We should have voted on this.
I agree.
consented for
Like
everybody.
I said, I haven't decided on a name yet, so like we can decide on one at some point. That's fine. It's just what I've been calling it. So, hi Honda. This is Honda, by the way.
Little kitten.
Wait, did you say Honda?
Yes. The reason being, she was found under a car, and the first thing that she did when we brought her into our car, after picking her up from the rescues place, she's one of our fosters. She hopped up on my shoulder and just started purring. And we have a Honda, so Katie decided her name was Honda.
Well, I said Zoomy, and nobody liked that, so.
I don't recall you saying that at all. Anyway, so just for you are recording, correct, Nathan?
I am recording. Yes, that is
Okay.
correct.
Sweet. So just for kind of the stream, and my screen is upside down. So just for kind of the stream, this is our weekly Dungeons and Dragons game. We are a group of new and longtime players. Some of which who haven't played in a long time. I am a new DM, and these are all of my lovely, wonderful people and players. Drescon is our Dragonborn Paladin. Drescon, will you please wave and say hi?
Yes, hello. I am Driscon.
We have Evo, who is our half-elf wizard. Almost called you a witch. I don't know why.
Oof.
We have Sithri, who is our half-orc druid, who is a recent addition to the campaign.
Heyo.
And we have Weldo, who is our halfling cleric who likes to get a little bit stabby. Over here is a friend of the campaign, Daniel. He's a longtime friend of mine, and he likes to hang out with us every so often when we do our games. And in the chat as well is Aspen, who is one of my friends from a guild I'm in on World of Warcraft, who is looking at potentially joining the campaign. Who is currently missing right now is our ranger, Alara. And we have a few other players who unfortunately could not make it tonight, like our Goliath fighter, Harabi, and our tiefling bard, Aura, who is temporarily taking a step back from the campaign to focus on school.
So what he means by Goliath fighter Harabi, he means Goliath fighter multi-classing as well as pimp.
He's not multi-classing as well
Oh.
as pimp. That's a feat he took.
Okay, it's a feat. All right, yeah.
Yeah. Get it right, buddy. So anyway, we kind of keep things loosey goosey here. I'm like I said, I'm a relatively new DM. My wonderful group of players has been rather patient with me, especially my brother, who is the longest running player out of all of us. So we don't really. We obviously pay attention to the rules, but we aren't really sticklers about it. The rule of cool definitely applies for us. And yeah, so that is kind of the summary of the campaign, of the group of us. And let's move on to the story setting. So our story takes place in a world called Ralia. It mainly focuses on the continent of Ralia. During the very, very early years of the mortal race's existence, there was a war between two factions of both gods and evil deities. The kind of good guys, so to speak, were called the Divine Authority, and the aggressors in the situation. The kind of aggressors in the situation were called the Shadow's Breath. They comprised a small number of each of the kind of good and evil aligned gods who were basically fighting to, well, in this case, the Shadow's Breath was fighting to cede control of the mortal races from the good aligned deities who had created them. This war took place over a couple hundred years and culminated in a final battle between Bahamut and Tiamat. During the months before the battle, Tiamat had enlisted the help of one of the other members of the Shadow's Breath, Zahir, to help ensure her victory in whatever upcoming conflicts were on the horizon. During this, Zahir being a newly ascended god, during this he may have made some mistakes, or he may have deliberately caused Tiamat to become twisted beyond control and reason. Either way, during the final battle, Bahamut drew upon powers that had never been spoken of within living memory of gods or demons or devils or any other celestial or mortal being, and was able to strike down Tiamat in an area called Shadowar. When Tiamat fell, her twisted and corrupted corpse began doing the same to that land that she had fallen upon. The weight of her body and the enchantments that surrounded her, sunk a pit into this area in the center of the continent of Ralia. Or in the center of this continent in Ralia called Erevan. During this, the land in that area became corrupted and tainted with foul magics and enchantments that had kind of, I'd say, jumped host from Tiamat's body to the land around her and just started twisting and maligning all of the creatures in that area. This area, the name it originally went by is no longer known to anyone of the world, but it is currently referred to as Shadholm. It is a landmass in the center of the main continent in our world. And I will just pull up a map for the stream so that way people can, for the stream so that way people on the stream can take a look at it. Our group members have access to this. So this area of Shadholm is a it's a tainted and foul area of land in the center of Verena, and it's surrounded by 3 separate kingdoms: Elgheim, Cadria, and Balshetz, with minor outlying provinces and fiefdoms, in the islands surrounding them. Our group is starting in the province of Ethus, which I think, our group started in the province of Ethus, which has the capital city of Holven, and they all kind of began their journeys within the campaign in a small fishing and shipping village called Korst. Basically, what had happened, or what had been happening. Oh, Discord crashed.
Oh no.
Hey, we're back.
Oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this.
Sorry, Discord likes to do that about once every session.
Yeah.
So anyway, now that I've gone through the map, so our group, all of it kind of, all of their journeys kind of culminate in Korst. The varied reasons of which everybody is choosing to go out and about and, see and explore the world, or to become, or to, thank you, Liam. That's my son. I'm rocking my son under here, by the way. That's not me. That's him. So now that everybody is kind of, come to this sort of meeting point in Korst, is when we can kind of start breaking into the story. So it has been a few hundred years since the end of what we call the Shadewar, the fracture of Rallia being that last battle between Bahamut and Tiamat. In those last few hundred years, the mortal races have developed into a rather prosperous feudal society, and
he's fine. He's stopping us more distracting than.
And anyway, so in this province of Ethus, there have been a brash of disappearances and undead rising, of dead rising from the grave. The members of our party meet in varied circumstances in this town of Korst. The kind of center of that meeting being our lovely wizard Evo, who had been hired as, I'd say, additional security for a trade caravan going from the Turan outpost to Korst to deliver some supplies. During these mysterious events that are occurring in Korst and the province in general, additionally, trade caravans and supply ships have, kind of dwindled in their frequency of arrivals in this area. Either due to attacks along the road or just overall fear and panic. We don't know. What we do know is that when Evo was traveling with her group, a few nights into the journey, the caravan had been ambushed by a unknown agent. During this ambush, a number of the travelers were taken as prisoner, including the son of the caravan leader, Kashan. He had tasked Evo with, upon their arrival in Korst, assembling a group, finding out what had happened to finding out what had happened to his son, and doing what she could to put a stop to these disappearances. Through various means, she gathered the members of our party, excluding Sithri, and began to gather the members of the party, and they began to investigate. They traveled, after acquiring some horses, they traveled back to the site where the party had been ambushed, found some mysterious, encountered some bandits along the way, one of which clued our lovely Goliath fighter into the fact that somebody from his past was located in Stonard, which is a province to the north of Ethus. Finally arriving at the campsite, the group began investigating further, and discovered that through various enchantments, there had been tracks and footprints covered up along the outside of the camp, traveling deeper into the swamp that they were in. Eventually, while traveling through the swamp, hey, thank you, Castlehawk, for the follow, much appreciated. While traveling through the swamp, the group discovered a similarly hidden cavern, inside of which was an elemental lock of sorts. It required both fire and some form of radiant magic to unlock.
There's a doggo in there.
There is a doggo in there. That's Maru.
There's a dog in there.
He's a good boy. So anyway, during the while the group kind of searched and explored through these caverns, trying to unlock this, basically to open this lock, they had began to notice that there was a strange magical presence beneath the chamber where they were.
And a BDSM devil.
Anyway, once the group managed to open and unlock the elemental locks in the entrance of the cavern, a door at the end of the main chamber opened and led them into a much larger chamber where they found a number of creatures, battled these creatures, and then they battled these creatures, defeating them fairly quickly, and began to search the area. They had found no source to whatever magical forces they had discovered beneath them. Eventually, what they did find, though, was a small trapdoor at the edge of the room, and through this trapdoor, our lovely tiefling bard, Aura.
Did you just say Aura?
I said Aura.
Oh.
Our lovely tiefling bard, Aura. Kind of peeked her head, not causing any alarm with the group, and saw that there was some sort of a demonic being and some imps gathered in the room below. The demonic being standing at some sort of an altar, and it appeared that he was casting a ritual. So during this, Aura kind of snuck into the room below, gingerly jumping down onto a pile of bodies on the floor, noticing that there was some stone obelisks in a cage at one end of the room. And during this, she had gone fairly unnoticed when our Goliath fighter, Harrowby, decided he was going to follow her, jumping down into the room, throwing caution to the wind, and drawing every single eye in that lower chamber upon Aura. With some quick thinking, lucky rolls, and a little bit of, wit, Aura managed to convince the barbed devil that was at the altar that she was from corporate, so to speak, and that he was being reassigned because his boss was being phased out, and that he was to take her bagpipes, the imps that he was with, and travel to a remote part of the world called Mozayan and become the best bagpipe player that he could. astonishingly to everybody else, because during this entire encounter she was speaking Draconic, or not Draconic. She was speaking.
I think it was Abyssal, right?
Yeah, she was speaking Abyssal. I apologize. During this entire encounter, she was speaking Abyssal, so nobody else understood what she was saying. So eventually, the Barb Devil and the imps just teleport out and vanish. They're gone. Seemingly. Thank you for the follow, Nathan. Seemingly disappearing, being scattered to the wind. And thanks, Des. God, that's gonna get really distracting. Wow! By the way, Kat, I did that because of you.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Hey, thank you for the host, Nathan.
Yeah, of course.
Upon further inspection, it was discovered that a number of townsfolk. It was discovered that a number of townsfolk and Albright, the son of Kashan, were located in this room below. Kashan's son Albright being the body on the altar. He was beaten, bloody, emaciated, and just essentially drained of all of the strength that he had left. The group managed to get Albright and the rest of the villagers out of the tavern and back onto the road. During the course of their travels back to Kursk, unfortunately lost a couple of villagers due to the injuries they had already sustained. In this scenario, the group took some time to rest along the way, and so anyway, the group took some time to rest. Unfortunately, shortly before returning the course, a few of the villagers had been lost. But upon returning, Kashan congratulated them, thanking them for their service and informing them that he had booked them some rooms at the local tavern. They checked into these rooms, and and awoke the next morning to Kashan awaiting them in the bar below. They spoke, and he recommended that after they collected their payment, they go seek out Lord Caius Maynard at Roslyn Hall, which is the sort of the town center in the village of Kursk. So seeking out Lord Maynard, they were informed that similar circumstances had been happening in a city to the east called Southwatch. This is where the overarching military in our world is actually stationed currently for naval operations, and they're led by a man called Lord. They're led by a man named Commander Vectus. At that point, the advisor to Lord Maynard informed the group that they had purchased them some horses from the local stables, and that they would be ready for departure as soon as they were. So at this point, the group obtained their horses, got back on the road, and started traveling towards Southwatch. Along the way, encountering a couple of almost undead and diseased-looking centaurs, who, after being slain, began to ooze some sort of black substance from the wounds that they had sustained. Arriving in Southwatch, the group shacked up at the Walling Inn. Our Goliath fighter, Harrowby, deciding he wanted to invent a drink called the Goliath, which is basically a Long Island iced tea without the splash of iced tea at the end.
It has cranberry juice in it.
And it has a little bit of cranberry juice in it.
Everything has cranberry juice in this universe.
Yeah, cranberry juice is a commodity. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for coming, Daniel. Much appreciated. Chilling. Yeah.
We'll get on the thing, raining down on the cat too.
Okay.
You do what?
I'll look at raining down on the cat.
Okay, so the group awoke the next day and basically went straight for Commander Vectis. Arriving at the garrison rather early in the day, they found him in his study. Not necessarily awaiting him, but he was aware that they were coming. Lord Maynard had sent word ahead of them to inform them that they would be on their way and what had occurred in Korst. Upon their arrival, they were informed that the city had been plagued with a rash of undead coming up from the catacombs beneath the cemetery in the Temple District. He also informed them that there was some sort of ailment that was befalling his men and some of the villagers, or some of the townsfolk, that was sort of manifesting as these scaly and flaky dark lesions on the outside of their body, and in cases where they manifested on the interior, progressed rather quickly to death. A number of the soldiers had been afflicted by this and were in rather critical condition. After informing the group, he tasked them with clearing the catacombs, investigating the cause of the undead troubles that they had been having, and trying to find a way to kind of solve the mysterious ailment. He had suspected that it was basically suspected that it was tainted water that was causing the illness. The group took a day to gather themselves, their belongings, and to find some materials in the city. Slept one more night and then went back out. Arriving in the Temple District early in the morning the next day, and meeting someone called Triska, who was the commanding officer of the local post at the cemetery, specifically the barricade inside of the catacombs entrance. She had led the group into the entrance of the catacombs, explained to them what they had experienced, and informed them that, there had been some other groups that had gone down. At this point, the group started to explore the catacombs and encountered some very fierce combatants along the way. In one case, fighting a white and a group of zombies. They encountered a banshee who nearly killed our wizard, Evo. And they encountered a banshee who nearly killed our wizard, Evo. And finally stumbled upon a ritual chamber containing a chain devil and some cult fanatics. Also in this chamber was a cage that contained our half-orc druid Sithri, who had delved into the catacombs seeking something, trying to find something or prove something. Nobody's really quite aware of what exactly that something is, except for her. At this, upon defeating the devil and slaying the cult fanatics, the group rescued Sithri from her cage, helped her to find her belongings, and returned to the surface, immediately being whisked away to Lord Vectis, and immediately being whisked away to Lord Vectis to kind of debrief the situation. Upon arriving back at the garrison, the group had requested access to the commander, who was currently indisposed. After waiting a few minutes, the door opens, and a figure in a black cloak walks out, who is familiar to Sithri, just in his garb, not in his appearance. Hi, Daisy. Can you go lay down? Go on. Upon seeing this man in this strange dark robe with a symbol that is very familiar to her, Sithri attempted to engage with him. Upon kind of realizing that deeper discussion was needed, he and Sithri arranged for the group to meet at the Walling Inn that evening, and he continued on his way. The group informed Commander Vectis of what had transpired in the catacombs, and he had paid them their reward. Our lovely ranger Alara.
I did not do it.
Our lovely ranger Alara, being rather ill-informed on the practices of military personnel, overstepped her bounds a bit, and
He was racist.
he was not racist.
Speciesist.
He's not speciesist.
Speciesist.
Basically, he referred to her animal companion Appa, who is a very large Smilodon, as a cat, and reminded her that she was lucky that he was allowing the cat to be in the garrison at all, because they had a strict no pets policy. At this, he patted Appa on the head and said, "Good boy," to which Alara responded with patting Commander Vectis. I apologize, it's Commander Vectis. To which Alara responded by patting Commander Vectis on the head as well. At which he called the guards and had her put in the stockade for the evening. The evening passes. The remainder of the day passes, and the group starts to fall into fitful sleep. Sithri, having been captured and imprisoned for an undetermined period of time, and Driscon, feeling rather shaken by some of the things he's been witnessing over the last few weeks, noticing that Bahamut's energy has been manifesting in very strange ways while he's in combat, almost like it's pushing him and supporting him more than he has experienced in the past. During the evening, Driscon had a vision. This vision was of a golden field with a sparse river in the center, surrounded by a short ring of hills. And above him, he witnessed what he could recognize immediately as his deity Bahamut, battling with a grotesque and twisted creature. Only of which, Nathan, you have an open mic, and we can hear your Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube
My bad.
ASMR.
Nerd.
Which Driscon immediately realized was Bahamut, his deity. And one could only assume that
I'm done.
the creature he was battling was Tiamat. He had been in this dream. He had witnessed the fracture of Ralia, which was basically marked the end of the Shadewar. Daisy, go to bed. Awaking suddenly and unsure of what meaning this vision may hold. By the way, my cat PJ is joining the campaign. Unsure of what reason this vision of what
I don't think I
meaning
can see
this
him.
vision could hold. He sought out some quiet contemplation at the Temple of Bahamut in the Temple District of Southwatch. Not really finding anybody with information that he could use to his advantage, or any information that could inform him of what was going on. Is there a screen in that window?
Yes.
Can you check?
There is. I can see it right now.
Oh, yeah, you're right, there is. Anyway, not really finding anybody who had, information or words that could be of use or comfort to him. He prayed. He found a secluded area in the temple and he prayed. The rest of the group began to rise not long after, and they began to seek out their they begin to seek out their various means of either comfort or information. And that is where we are going to pick up today. This is kind of, and now that I think about it, I actually kind of got that wrong. At the end of this last day, the group had gone to Commander Vectis, and this is where we experienced the figure in the dark cloak, correct? We had
Yes.
gone back, debriefed him, and he had said, now that this is settled, go and rest and come back tomorrow and we'll discuss further, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is what happened. So the group, and this is just to correct myself, the group had returned from the catacombs, debriefed Commander Vectis on what had happened and occurred, collected their payment, and turned in for the evening to get some well-deserved rest. This is when Drescon had the dream that we had just spoke about, and the next day the group had kind of gone their separate ways in search of some things before reconvening with Commander Vectis, which is when which upon their arrival is when they discovered this individual in the dark cloak that Sithri recognized. And that is where we return to our game. Last session, Commander Vectis informed the group that there was several kind of means of
Daisy, crate.
furthering. Can you just further in bed?
Fine.
Thank you. At the end of our last session, Commander Vectis had posed a question to the group. He had sent out messengers to a number of the major cities in the area, to other provinces, to see what the status, what their kind of current status and state was. Because he had heard, wasn't sure what was happening outside of his domain, because while Southwatch is built to withstand a siege, it is not built with swift communication in mind. So they're rather isolated from the rest of the province, aside from Korst and a city further to the east called Black Sands Refuge. The question was, where do you want to go next, pretty much? He had sent messengers, and so the messengers he had sent out that he had not heard from or was concerned about was a messenger who was to arrive in Holven and then on to Tanzane, who had their head removed and was later found inside a bag of a dark rider who was at the gates of
Wait, what?
Southwatch.
When did this happen?
So last session, Vectis described one of the messengers having been returned as just ahead in the saddlebags of a dark rider that was stopped at the gates of Southwatch a few weeks ago.
What?
Yep.
That's what.
Another was similar, circumstances that he had heard had been occurring up in Stoneward, but had not had confirmation of, as well as increased bandit activity in that area. There had been rumblings of some occurrences over in Brescia, which is the province directly to the east of Ethus, and there was also growing concern that something was happening with the residents of Black Sands Refuge. How would you guys like to start the session? Is there anything you'd like to say? You're still currently in interaction with Commander Vectis. He's kind of looking for an answer about where you guys kind of want to go next.
If I remember correctly from when we stopped, I had kind of finished out saying, recommending that we head to Holven and then see if see what they've heard from the other areas, or if they've heard from the other areas as well. But that was my suggestion. It also brings me closer to my order, so it makes sense.
I'm restrained. Sithri is keeping me quiet.
Sithri is keeping you quiet.
If I remember correctly, she said,
You
Yep.
were told you were shushed, but you were not restrained.
No, she's restrained. I've got my hands on her upper arms, firmly
Listen to-
keeping her in place.
She was gonna throw hands.
Okay, got it.
No, I was gonna put Weldo in the bag. and we all decided that maybe Weldo doesn't go in the bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had decided
Yeah.
that the place for Weldo is not in the bag of holding.
Not in the bag.
But he's so small.
What if he goes half in the bag, half out of the bag?
It's either an in or out kind of situation, I think.
Yeah, I thought we established that last time. It's a no-go.
Okay. All right. Well, if that is the case, how do you proceed with your interaction with Commander Vectis? Do you ask him for more information? Do you inform him where you guys are going to go? Like, what is the next steps here?
Sithri releases this small angry rogue.
Ranger.
And
Thingy.
multi-classing one.
She's not
And,
discussing yet.
Can't make up my mind.
The small angry torchbearer.
there you go. One who launches fire torch arrows.
Arrow.
Just for flavor, our ranger Alara has discovered that an effective means of kind of dealing with people is to, instead of shooting arrows at them, put a torch in her bow and use that as a projectile. And it has worked rather successfully somehow.
And I can pick locks too.
So that is that explanation. What?
So I approach Vectis and I ask him if he knows anything about, or if he is familiar with the word or term asters, and if he knows about the activities of the people in dark cloaks around his city.
All right, give me 1 second. Commander Vectis kind of looks at you pensively. You notice that there's a sort of underlying frustration to his gaze at the moment. He says, "You must be referring to Elias. That was the dark-cloaked individual who was here. I don't know very much about him. I do know that he is an Aster. Also, a group that which I don't really know very much about. None more than the other, dignitaries and military personnel in the kingdom would know. What I do know is that they have a particular knack for showing up in areas where important events are occurring, and a rather irritating habit of offering input where it's not needed.
So,
He had been advising that in the future I not send inexperienced travelers to do my dirty work. To which I can
I'm sorry, he's what?
To which I can say I am rather pleasantly surprised and thankful I could prove him wrong.
But you know nothing of his people.
I know that the Asters are a group of people who have been they're gathering of the races. They're an organization who has been in our written history as long as it has been written, though the details of their order is rather mysterious and unknown. I do know that they were originally intended to aid and assist the Dawn Accord, or the Divine Accord, in their battle against the Shadow's Breath. I know that their organization is comprised of members of each of the mortal races, and that they're very selective of the members that are included in their organization. Aside from that, I know no more.
So it's a cult?
It is not a cult.
Awfully cold.
Smells like a cult.
It's a cult. It's a cult if it's a cult, it's a cult.
I don't believe it is a cult, but I could be wrong.
That sounds like someone in a cult would say.
I'm not an Aster.
How long?
I don't think Vectis is an Aster, and unless you want to go back to Bone Soup, we end this conversation.
I honestly I kind of feel like we should sorry. Sorry, something wrong with my voice there. Honestly, I feel like maybe we should be focusing on our next steps instead of whether or not Vectis is an Aster.
So, what is your next step? Which of the paths that I've laid before you shall you embark on first?
We
Well, I
wanted to
was
go
looking-
north, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at our map, and we could stop at Black Sand Refuge on the way up to Holven, but anything else is out of the way.
Which place has the best food?
I mean, it depends on
What?
depends
What?
on your taste.
What?
If you like sort of the finer fare of the sea, I would recommend Black Sand Refuge. Though I
Is he
know
actually
not,
entertaining this question right now?
though I know not how much of it they might have available at the moment, because there has been a severe supply shortage for the last number of months.
Food is important for the morale of every group.
I do know that Holven and Tanzane have some rather colorful cuisine. They're sort of both melting pots
Are
of
they
cultures.
vegan?
What's a vegan?
You
We're
eat
inventing
pocket
veganism.
bacon. You.
What's a vegan?
They're unhappy.
They're unhappy.
Yeah.
I hear there are a cult of people
I
who
can
derive
see
no
the
happiness
smoke.
from their food.
I can see the
It's
smoke
illegal.
pouring out of Kat's ears right now.
She's gonna get so mad. Her ears are gonna turn red.
Hey Kat, do you want to say it? Do you want to tell everybody?
Oh no.
Vegans?
Vegans.
Vegans? They're miserable pricks.
Canon.
Just for context, Kat's vegan.
So we've now. Can we go over the things we've canonized that aren't normally canon in D&D?
UTIs.
Finger guns, UTIs.
All of our anachronisms. Yeah, finger guns, UTIs,
Banking.
banking.
Yes, banking.
Uh,
Well, okay, so there's a rough banking system, but the idea of like a bank account,
Look at ATM.
ATM,
Taking out. Writing a check. Showers.
BDSM.
apparently yes, showers.
Yep. Oh no,
No,
that's
BDSM already existed, unfortunately.
yeah. It's what do you mean? Unfortunately,
Well, depending on
Oh,
who
wait.
you
Yeah,
are.
like
Depending on who you are.
poor Dirk.
Look, our bar.
Democracy.
Our bar's not here. We shouldn't be talking about sex.
And now veganism.
And now apparently veganism.
Alright, let's go
There-
north.
there are no
We don't
vegans in
wanna talk about
D&D.
vegans, let's go north.
there are no vegans in D&D.
Yes, Derek, Weldo's dog is adorable AF. All right. So, what path shall your group take?
North.
Shall you go north?
We're going north?
We all agreed north, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say north. We could probably stop at Black Sands Refuge on the way. Just if we stay along the coast, there's a coastal road, I assume.
So the roads into Southwatch, you have the road from the west, which comes from Korst.
Mhm.
You have the road from the east, which comes from Black Sands Refuge, and you have a road going directly north that meets up with the trade road back to the Turan outpost. So if you look at the map, and I'll pull it up on my end for the stream. If you look at
Yeah.
the map, zoom in here. Hopefully, Discord doesn't crash again. So if we were to look at the map of, if we look at the
I want
map
to point out he made this map himself, like from scratch.
So if we look at the map of Ethus, the group is currently here in Southwatch. There is a road from the east, or from the west from Korst, a road to the east that goes to Black Sands Refuge, and a road that goes north to Turan Outpost. Black Sands Refuge is a protected city. It is reinforced by a large wall, a large stone wall on one side, and a range of mountains called the Steppes to the north. Driscon, can I get a history check from you, please?
Hold on. Let me do that right now.
Did we
History.
Have to go out and look for stuff in the town and stuff?
That would be a 20.
A 20. Okay. So
Yeah.
you know from the historical texts that are contained within the halls of the Platinum Order that when Black Sands Refuge was established, it was actually established as a coalition of bandit forces, pirate gangs, basically the thugs and criminals of the area. They had picked this kind of, they had picked this space of Black Sands Refuge because of the fact that it was easily reinforceable. There was a large mountain range on one side, a fjord on the other that kept them rather protected from the naval their fleet rather protected from the naval forces because it could be easily blocked off. And it was it's longer than it is tall, so they're very quickly able to build up reinforcements along the outside edge of it. Driscon, you know for a fact, because of your readings, that when the city was taken back by the kingdom, a road had been discovered that was built through the mountains and exited sort of north of the mountain range near a town called Holstead, which borders the edge of Holven on the eastern side of the city. This road had been used to smuggle stolen goods back and forth from Black Sands Refuge to and from Holven and other in the northern parts of the province, and also had been used as sort of an escape route by many of the bandit and pirate groups that reside in the city. At this, Harrowby kind of he becomes tense and almost seems a bit withdrawn. He kind of leans over to you, just going, says, "My family comes from Black Sands Refuge. My sister and I were part of one of the tribes that was ejected from the city when the Navy destroyed the pirate fleet many, many years ago. I have no desire to return there." And just
Okay.
at that, turns and walks away.
Okay. I mean, like, that's a pretty good reason not to go.
Upon the indication that your group is looking to travel north and possibly to Black Sands Refuge, Vectis kind of brightens up and looks to you, Driscon, saying, "Driscon, I'm not sure how to really spell this out for you, but I've been growing concerned that due to the turmoil that has been engulfing our province and likely other parts of the kingdom, the Greywoods in the forest outside of Tanzane may be taking an opportunity to seize control and power from anybody that they can right now. As you know, the messenger who I had sent to Holven, he was returned in a bag, and it was just his head that we had found. I implore you that should you travel north, you act with caution. I understand that some of your group can be rather lively, should we say.
That's one way of putting it.
I have not, at this point, received any word on the state of the Platinum Hold or the Order, but I fear that if Tanzane and Holven have been lost or are under some form of attack similar as we were, the Hold is next. It is the only thing protecting the Tenek Pass, which is right now the closest entrance to Shadholm. So with that information in mind, please act with caution traveling north, but act swiftly, if you will. Your horses have been prepared. and are ready to travel, just go to the stables in the square and let them know when you are prepared to leave. And at this, he kind of turns and returns into his office, closing the door. Seems rather disturbed and off-put. Seems like he's very stressed out and very concerned about the general situation of the province and the kingdom.
He needs a chill pill.
What would you guys like to do next?
Yes.
Yes.
Guess what? What would you guys like to do next? Is what I said.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, good, very good. Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I've stated my interests. We got something from Harrowby. Weldo. How do
I'm
you
fine
feel,
with
buddy?
going north.
Evo.
Let's go.
All right. Orc lady whose name I still can't remember.
Sithri.
You
Fifth
helped,
three.
That's right.
you helped her roll her character.
We spent like 3 days
No,
on
no, no, no.
this.
It's in game. It's not a I don't know
That's
your
just
character's
rude
name.
then.
I'm still getting to know you. I don't remember what your name is, kind of deal.
You should fight him.
Too busy.
I'll
with
go where
paladin
the
things
group
to learn
goes.
names.
Well,
By the way, I just want to say I'm very disappointed that Sithri and I are the only people wearing hats today.
I dressed up in Halloween garb.
Well,
These
Sithri-
are attached to my headset.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm disappointed.
There we
that I'm
go.
the only person who decided to be festive today.
Kat and I are in Halloween garb.
It's spooky time, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have been wearing this the whole time.
Look at Kat's
I have a
meat.
spider web.
Eat it.
By the way, Nathan, I have photo evidence of the cat ears now.
Look at Dirk. He's living his best life.
I love the hat, Dirk.
Hey, you
Hell
don't
yeah.
do that. You don't sit with us.
Oh, I don't.
No.
Okay, that's rude.
I'm a bear.
You don't sit with us. What?
Okay, so what would you guys like to do next to kind of progress the story?
I need cranberry juice.
We need supplies.
I want to go visit my
I
horse.
need a drink, and we need to go. A drink for the road, maybe.
Just
You want to visit your horse?
Sithri, don't forget you had arranged a meeting with Elias.
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's mid to late afternoon.
Oh, it took us a
I
really
agreed
long
to
time.
meet the dark man.
Well, you guys did
In the
do-
evening.
You guys did do some exploring earlier in the day.
I didn't.
Yeah, you guys all.
I was imprisoned.
You
All right.
You were released and
You went
went to
out.
the
Oh,
Druid
I did.
Temple.
I went out.
Yeah.
Is it
You were
yet
out and about.
supper?
Sorry. What was that, Sithri?
Is it yet supper time?
Just about, yes.
I shall visit my horse after.
All right, so attend to your personal business. Reconvene at the tavern tonight in town with everything in order. We leave first light tomorrow morning.
Would anybody like to do anything specific before we move on to the tavern?
No.
Evo. Triskan.
I'm good.
Weldo.
Nope. I just need some cranberry juice.
I can
Get my
Oh,
strength
actually,
up.
I have something for this. Hold on.
Sithri, is there anything you'd like to do before going to the tavern?
I want to start teaching Appa a new.
I think I'm good. I think some cranberry juice sounds really, really nice right now.
Alright, Alora. Anything you'd like to do before going to the tavern?
Is there like a library?
Not that you are aware of, no.
Never mind.
Okay.
I just want to teach Appa a new attack, but we never went over how.
Okay, we can do that after the session for sure. I gotta look it up and see how we're gonna do that.
Okay.
All right, so the group kind of starts to make their way towards the tavern, noticing that in a stark contrast,
He will quench our thirst.
he brought cranberry juice. In stark contrast to your arrival in Southwatch, citizens seem to be almost flocking to the streets now, knowing that, at least for the time being, the undead threat has been handled. You see people gathering outside of shops. You see people, eating at small little food stalls in the main square. And as you approach the walling in towards the western gate of the city, is bumping. Like there's some music going on in there. It's lively, it's jovial. You hear happy voices inside, and as you enter, you notice more of the same. People are. I mean, every table is filled. People are drinking in celebration. They're singing bar songs. They are seeing their friends and loved ones who they haven't seen in quite a while because everybody has been almost too scared to leave their homes. You do notice that in the back corner of the bar area, a dark cloaked figure sits at a table.
Wait, is that Pee-Pee Hands?
Yes.
Yes.
A dark cloaked
Pee-Pee
figure
Hands.
sits at a table by himself, just with a flagon of some liquid in front of him, kind of tapping his foot along to the melody. His hood kind of on, but not deliberately pulled so tight that you can't see his face. You know that this is Elias. As you enter, he looks up and waves. Do you guys approach the table?
I tug on Sithri and I say, I'll be good. Can I come too? Please.
If you do not speak unless spoken to, you may attend.
Okay.
I'll buy you dinner if you don't mess this up for me.
Okay.
Was this a date?
I mean, it could be.
It could be.
You don't know.
It might be. I mean, who knows?
Okay.
Do we invent
I'm gonna go-
gays
I'm gonna-
now?
The what?
I'm gonna go get
Do
some
we
cranberry
invent
juice.
gays? Can we add that to our list of things that we've invented?
No, homosexuality is already a thing.
Damn it, I wanted to.
Can we discover homosexuality?
I'm okay with discovering homosexuality, if you know what I mean.
Everybody is accepting, like, whatever, we're good.
I want to come across some homophobes and beat them up.
Oh my god.
Can we
With
just,
our torches.
are we just gonna find a group of skinhead dwarves and beat them up? Is that what we're gonna do?
Whoa. Why do they have to
Why
be
are they
dwarves
dwarves?
specifically?
You can be
Like,
dragonborn if you want.
They can't be
I'm pretty sure orcs are reasonably racist.
can we get some tavern ambience? I feel like we're missing out on some like serious ambience. Right? Oh, we don't have rights to anything. That's right.
Yeah, we don't have. I still need to look into. The audio part of it, especially now that we're streaming. Gets a little bit more complicated.
Hold on a second. Yeah,
Alright.
no, I understand. I'm looking into it right now. Hold
If
on.
you'd
You
like
just
to
keep doing your
provide
thing.
some ambiance, you can. I'll make you a mod on the Discord channel so you can pipe that in.
I will ask that Evo watches from a distance. I'm still not sure of the mission of the Asters, and they seem to have got me into some pretty bad trouble. So
I mean, okay.
Were you also part of the cult?
In all
Were you a
fairness,
cultist?
Sithri, in all fairness, you got yourself into trouble. You were looking for them.
I'm allowed to hold a grudge over my circumstances.
Okay, well, you're holding a grudge with the wrong person. That's all I'm saying.
I'm also being careful. I don't know who this man is or what his intentions are.
Haven't you heard of
I would like
Shadewar?
someone who's watching my back
What are
who
your
isn't going to get herself stabbed.
What are your intentions?
Or themselves.
What are your intentions with my druid? Anyway, as you approach the table, who all is approaching? Is it just Sithri and Alara? Is it Sithri, Alara, and Drescon? Like who all is approaching the table? Who is kind of splitting off to do their own thing?
Who's allowed to come?
That's up to Sithri.
This is...
It's a
I mean,
private matter.
Look at this man. It's not private.
So
Things will be
I-
revealed to you that I am all right with you knowing, but
I do want to mention that during the conversation between Elias and Sithri, there was no attempt at Elias addressing just Sithri. He was addressing the group as a whole. He was speaking to Sithri, but you kind of could gather from the conversation that he was addressing all of you.
okay. Well, then that gets the assumption that he's okay with the whole group coming back, and we've already solved the problem of stuffing food into the mouth that might get us in trouble. So, anyone who wants to come can come.
Okay.
Anyone who
Well-
wishes to drink.
Well, I
can
heard
head to the
something
bar.
about dinner, so I'm gonna go to the table.
So that being said, Evo, are you kind of watching from a distance?
Yeah, I'm yeah.
I would never get us in trouble.
Driscon,
Got you.
What are you doing while this is occurring?
I'm getting everyone around to drinks.
Cranberry
All right.
juice.
Cranberry juice, please.
Cranberry juice. All right. It's 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna assume cranberry juice all around.
Okay. As you ask you ask Matisse, the barkeep, who you have seen multiple times at this point and have had some pretty stern conversations with, for a round of cranberry juice for your group, and he looks at you and he says, "That'll be 15 silver, sir."
Is that a reasonable price?
For cranberry juice during a supply
He's gonna
shortage?
argue it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I give him 15 silver, and then I slide him an additional 5 silver for a tip.
He kind of does one of these, doesn't have a hat, but kind of like, makes the gesture of tipping his hat to you and says, "Thank you, sir," and hands you the round of drinks for everybody. Sithri, Weldo, and Alara, and Haraby all approach the table, and as the group gets about 5 or 10 feet away, or as the group is about 15 feet away, you notice that Elias just kind of flicks his fingers and in a sort of muted but deliberate motion, and as you get about 10 feet away from the table, the sound of the bar vanishes. The people are still there, you notice.
Oh, where's Alba's player sheet?
I don't know. You'll have to find it. The people are still there in the bar, but suddenly the cacophony of celebration and revelry just vanishes. As you sit down at the table, Elias looks to you and he just says, "I do apologize for the theatrics, but I would prefer that our conversation remain private for the moment." And you notice that while he appeared initially as a very elven in look person, his skin has a rather hard gray texture and hue to it, and you notice that there's these very small specks that catch the light.
I think I
Would
got
anybody
somewhere.
like to roll a history check for me, please? Anybody who is at the table currently. So that would be
Everyone but me.
Weldo, Alara, and Haraby. And just for ease of gameplay at this point, I'm going to actually leave out Haraby from the roll.
I don't have any bonuses for history, so.
We'll just.
Neither do I.
I mean, like everyone roll it, and then whoever gets the highest, I guess. Let's just go with that.
Yeah, anybody who's at the table can roll for this. It's not a one and done kind of thing.
I know nothing.
You know nothing. What was your roll?
A natural one.
7.
He's got really pretty skin.
Here, really handsome, dude.
What was your roll, Sithri?
7.
Weldo, what was
Wait,
your...
can Alba roll?
No.
9.
He
9?
knows things.
Okay, Weldo, you... remember...
It's a sad day that 9 is the highest roll.
I feel like I remember being at this bar before. Maybe I sat at this table.
I've seen an elf at one point.
Waldo, you notice, or you remember vaguely from your time at...
I did show Weldo Peepee Hands' emblem from my hand.
Okay, it's got nothing to do with the emblem.
Oh.
You do notice, or you do vaguely remember reading while at the Temple of Pelor near your home that during the dawn of the mortal races, when the dwarves and elves where the dwarven and elven races were kind of establishing themselves in this new fledgling world, there was a few elemental races that had been discovered. These are called Genasi. You know that the Earth Genasi are typically characterized as having stone-like skin and an affinity for earth. That is all you know. Your assumption is that Elias, while appearing elven, is actually a Earth Genasi, which are very rare in the world right now. I mean, they've been around for a very long time, but a lot of them had been sort of wiped out during the Shadewar. What do you want?
Is it because somebody threw some shade?
So at that, you notice, he's a Earth Genasi, and he continues on to say, I appreciate you answering my call. I had been hearing of your group from a compatriot of mine out of Korst. Thank you for the follow,
No.
babe. Oh, you're hosting. Thank you for the host, Henny. I really gotta change that sound. I have been hearing rumbles of your group from a compatriot of mine out of Korst, who had indicated your success in quelling some of the risen in that area. I had been keeping an eye for you here, assuming that Lord Maynard would send you this way. And I would like to congratulate you on your success in the catacombs. It did appear earlier that one of you had some questions for me. I, unfortunately, at this time, have very little I can answer myself. Due to the nature of my organization, I can only part with information to specific individuals. But if you have any questions for me, I'd be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability. And he just rests his gaze on you, Sithri.
Are we sitting in chairs right now?
Yeet.
Okay. I am sitting with my chair backwards. Dominating pose.
She's ready to throw down.
Casual dominance.
Ooh.
I will.
Is this enough you got you, Nathan?
No, I have no idea what she's doing.
We're good cop, bad cop, but I'm silent. So it's
Wait, Katie, please set an example of exactly how I'm sitting in my chair right now for Nathan. I can't do it with mine.
I've seen Magic Mike.
That. And yeah, it is how I got him.
That's not true.
Poor cat. She chose.
Anyways, I just ask, who are you?
Is it safe to assume that Commander Vectus had explained that I am an Aster already? Yes?
I thought you said that.
Commander Vectus has explained that you're an Aster, but had no other information other than you skulk around in dark cloaks, and your name begins with an A.
Seems like a fitting description from him. So, the Asters are an organization dedicated to maintaining a certain status quo within the world. We adopt members who show promise and skill in their area of expertise and primarily observe the state of the world.
What sorts of expertise? Magic? I've heard you use magic.
Some of us do. Some of us are very skilled fighters. Some of us are world-renowned historians and scientists.
Do you have a leader?
Every organization has a leader.
Not all.
I will leave that up to you to assume. That is information I cannot part with.
So your purpose has something to do with balance.
Hey,
In a way, yes.
that's relevant to my backstory. I'm gonna poke her under the table. Like, hey, listen.
Listen. Did you say listen?
She's like, hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
Listen to you?
Yeah. I'm gonna lean over and like whisper, hey, I know stuff about balance and I have these journals. I'm gonna go back to just twiddling my thumbs.
Remember, she was.
If I buy you food, will you leave this subject till later?
But it's relevant.
If it's relevant, then state your piece, but only your piece.
Okay. So my parents were studying the imbalance of nature and its causes and effects of it, and how it plays in day-to-day life and what they can do to rectify it. Do you have any ties to any of that information? And I like slide over the last journal with the weird little scribblings on the last pages open to him.
He doesn't even touch the book.
Well, he's rude.
He just.
But I don't say that because I'm being nice.
He looks down his somewhat hooked nose and
Does he have
gives you a
RCF?
very curious gaze and says quietly, so you are connected with the daughters of Melora. I would say that should you seek further information regarding the contents of these journals, you may want to investigate them further before asking Aster. While we do deal with balance on a scale similar to that of the Daughters of Melora, we deal with a balance more akin to ensuring the survival of the mortal races and less the whims of a god.
Right, huh?
No, the whole point is that we are neutral and in favor of mortality rather than divine intention.
Well, there's two sides to every coin, but thank you. And I take my book back and I give
He gives
Cypher a two thumbs up. Like,
he gives you a brief nod. He gives you a brief nod, and at the end he adds, believe me, I harbor no ill will to the Daughters of Melora or Melora herself. This is just a different group with a different purpose. But my best guess for you is to further inquire with them.
thank you.
Of course.
Alright, I pat Laura on the shoulder, and then I ask, or I say, I've been starved and tortured for near on a month, and the only information you have for me is you're from some obscure group that deals in the nuances of light and dark. How much will it cost for more information?
There is not a cost I can associate with the inner workings of the Asters. I would say, if that information is important enough to you, it will come to you in due time.
I'll let you pet my cat. It's a good cat.
I'm allergic to cats.
I'll smother you with my cat.
Don't threaten him. We need him.
I'm just kidding.
We need him.
I'm just really thirsty.
I would say that the information you are seeking, if it is of great importance to your cause, will make itself available to you in due time. And that should you continue on your path of happening upon circumstances that are curious in the world, you may continue to experience encounters with myself and my compatriots.
How can we let them know that we're friend and not foe?
I assure you, if you are under some form of duress at the hands of an Aster, you will not have the ability to allow them to notify them of that beforehand. We don't, typically speaking, give our enemies the opportunity to act before we intervene.
I raise my brow like it's a challenge, but I don't say anything.
Are there any more of you in the city?
In Southwatch, no. We assess the situation not too long ago now, and determined that it was manageable on a local scale. Our organization, typically speaking, does not intervene on the day-to-day, mundane happenings and goings on of a city or province.
When was the last time you killed a man?
Make a persuasion check for me, please.
Waldo's like, I killed a man last Tuesday.
I kill all the time, says Waldo.
Every day. Crap,
See
where
this
is it?
dagger? See this dagger?
I got 3.
Where's it on my sheet?
I have a whole bag of blood.
Just the blood.
Wait, what?
How many cubic liters of blood can a bag of holding contain?
What?
I am gonna find out right now. Hold on.
Hold on. Where is it on my sheet? I can't find it. Persuasion. Oh, there it is. Persuasion.
Yep.
12.
64 cubic feet of blood.
64.
13. Sorry.
There are 7.48 gallons in 1 cubic foot of water. So that's approximately 478 gallons, give or take, of blood.
So if I put pitch, did we decide that the pitch would be its own thing?
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
would
it would.
get on everything?
No, it wouldn't get on everything. Like we had determined that the bag of inside of the bag of holding was like a pocket dimension that was like.
Oh, but the bag of holding has a limit of 500 pounds as well. Conversely, so it would probably hit the weight limit before it would hit the volume.
Liter of blood weigh.
I'm finding out. Hold on.
Waldo needs
A gallon weighs 8 pounds.
Well, that's not blood, is it? It's 8.3. So 8.3. Hold on.
How much blood does a zombie body have?
About 60 gallons. A little more than 60 gallons of blood before you'd fill up the bag of holding.
Okay, and how many liters of that is that?
Babe,
How many
okay.
liters is that?
Can you
Hold
get
on. All
back
right,
to
hold
the
on.
question?
So yeah. Anyway, sorry.
13.
13. Okay.
Yep.
He gives you a rather curious glance, and simply just shrugs.
Wait, no, what?
Yeah, just-
283 liters? What? No, that's not right.
Okay.
Did they deserve it?
Soda.
He shrugs again, and then winks at you.
Hi, buddy.
It's 227 gallons. Sorry, liters of blood.
227 liters of blood is what would fit in an empty bag of holding.
Yes.
Got it. Thanks. That's great information to have, guys.
I write that down.
Do you have a family?
Oh my god.
I'm going to interrogate this man. Let me do it.
Waldo's also playing bad.
You-
Have I come back to the table with cranberry juice yet
Yeah,
for everyone?
you have at this point arrived at the table. You're kind of just like, you come in here and you see Cithri just, sitting on her chair, just kind of like interrogating this dude who just looks like he doesn't give a fuck.
And there's a gleam in Waldo's eyes.
Waldo seems a little
Waldo's
bit,
like this.
Waldo seems a bit feverish. Hold on,
Thirsty.
Hold on.
The urge
I
to kill.
hand out the cranberry juice and I sit down and sip mine.
Sorry, I had to ban somebody. Anyway,
I
so I will let you roll.
do you have a family?
I will let you roll for either intimidation or persuasion here,
Hmm.
because you're being rather aggressive at this point.
Ah, no. I slide my cranberry juice towards him, and I ask if he has a family.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Johnny Zoom. Much appreciated.
I feel like I'm not gonna pass any persuasion check.
Wait, can I
Hold
also?
on. Hold
But
on.
I'll do persuasion again.
Do you guys
Include it like
You guys want a D&D dad joke real quick? Why was the gnome artificer embarrassed when his clockwork crocodile stopped working? He had erectile dysfunction.
No.
That was,
Oh, that was so bad.
That was our most recent follower, Johnny Zoom. Thank you for your contribution to the stream.
Oh,
I just lost 5 years off my life.
Okay, can I roll for any of these checks? Because I'm sitting with her too. I'm just being
You're not
good.
saying anything,
Right, but I'm intimidating.
but you were also being good.
but I'm still intimidated. I look like
We have offered cranberry juice.
So the interaction is between Sithri and Elias in this case.
There's a lot of tension over this glass of cranberry juice.
Yeah, there really is.
Do I still have pocket bacon? I'm pretty sure I do.
Please do not offer the man pocket bacon. You're going to offend him. He's
All
probably
right.
a vegan.
Anyway,
It's probably me.
I'm rolling
He's
I'll
mean.
roll for intimidation then.
okay, what's your roll?
6.
6?
Can I roll? I'm talking to this dude too.
I have a +3 bonus on there too. It was a 3.
Can I roll 2?
So, if you'd like to assist, that's fine. I'll give you advantage since Alara is assisting in your threatening presence. So you can
Actually-
roll one more.
No. Wait. What's she doing to assist in being threatening?
Doing to assist in being threatening before we go.
She's got her chair turned backwards, and then Alara standing behind her like this.
Her shoulders, just like this is my G.
You're on like the back edge of my chair that I'm not sitting on, and you're just.
I can just imagine just Alara just being like
Yes.
around your shoulder, just like.
Oh my
All right,
god.
so in that case, roll one more time and pick the higher of your 2 rolls, and let me know what it is.
This is
Even
great.
the most intimidating
19.
guy in the whole
19?
You're
That's much
welcome.
better.
Hell yeah, girl power.
Easy, lay down.
So, Elias seems unfazed in this case.
He's clearly a legendary character, guys.
I'm asking if he has a
God.
family. It's a yes or no question.
That's a 19 plus 3. That's a 21 or something.
No, it's
19
19 plus
total
the
19.
bonus.
Oh.
So he looks rather unfazed and just simply shrugs one more time.
Oh fuck you!
He says,
I don't know.
"As I said before, if this information is as important to you as you are currently making it out
Daisy.
to be, it will come in due time, though I don't see how my familial ties could be of importance to you or your group."
You can tell a lot about a man whether he has a wife and children.
Or a boyfriend.
Are you trying
Or
to
a
court
boyfriend.
him or something? Like,
You don't need to know. Mr. I can't remember your name.
He's a good
I'm sorry. Where am I? Who are you people again?
Anyway,
I like to know who I'm dealing with.
I understand. I'm Elias. I am an Aster, and I have no further information to
More of an
provide.
asshole.
What do I know about the Asters?
Give me a history check.
All right. A 4.
You don't know shit.
It's
about
not.
it.
It's not coming to me right now.
That cranberry juice is really getting to you tonight. Like your stomach is starting to get a little bit upset. You think you've had one too many cranberry juices. You're gonna have to go to the bathroom soon.
I'm gonna
I
do
get
my
up to go to the bathroom.
Secret policy. Have her come over to the table. Have them come over to the table as well.
So, at this, Elias just kind of looks down at the table. He says, "I have on good authority that your group intends to travel north to Holven."
Hey, look, it's my son.
Oh, hi. I would implore that when you arrive in Holven, you act. I would implore that upon arrival in Holven, you use care when conducting your investigation. I have heard from some of my cohorts that the people who appear to be in charge of Holven may not be those who are actually in charge of Holven at the moment.
Like the mafia.
Corruption of power.
Sorry, what was that?
Corruption of power.
Yes, I have heard has been seeing a shift in power structure as of late. But that is all of the information that I can provide at the moment. And I must be on my way.
Okay,
I
bye.
slam my hands on the table and I withdraw my formal offer to attend to my bedchambers this evening.
Okay. And at that, Elias
Oh.
takes a small handful of gold out of his cloak, out of the inside of his cloak, you know where his pockets are.
Is it his butt pocket?
No, and places a small pile of gold on the table and says, "I bid you adieu. Have a good evening, and I look forward to seeing your group in the future. Good luck." And he just walks away. And as he walks away,
Bye.
Bye.
as he walks away, about 15 feet away from the table, he just tosses out his hand again, makes the same deliberate motion, and the sound of the tavern comes back.
Hey.
I gave that man a gold piece to meet with us this evening, and he took it. And he's just giving them back?
No, he was. So
He
you
just-
can
we don't
assume
want
this is
dirty
like
money.
this is a fairly common practice in bars, but when people leave, they will put their money for their drinks on the table if they have a tab open.
You paid his bar tab.
He paid his bar tab and he left. He's out. He's gone.
There's a gold piece on that table. I'm taking it. It's mine.
Okay, go for it. There's
It was not worth
Whoa.
the information.
Whoa, hold on,
there's
hold on,
multiple gold pieces on the table.
hold on. That's his bar tab. It's not. He wasn't giving that to us.
I whisper in her ear, "He's a snitch."
Bar tab's on you, I thought. You were covering the table.
I paid for the first round. I don't know about
Yeah.
you.
That was his only round.
I didn't pay for his drink. I paid for your drinks.
You paid for the table.
No. He paid for the drinks, not the table.
I paid for the drinks, not the table. I paid for your drinks, not his drinks. But that's his money for his drink.
Well, it's her money.
And I'm assuming a tip for the bartender. But, you know, that's the assumption.
What if we give the bartender 1 gold? Will you shut up?
We tip the bartender 1 gold. But I'm taking gold off the table.
I just get up and I'm like, okay. All
It's
right.
not theft, it's splitting a transaction.
Yeah. Banks. Banks and shit.
I'm gonna go prepare my horse for tomorrow's journey. Please be ready for the morning.
I'm going with you. I want to go see my horse.
All right, you arrive at the.
I don't like you.
Would you like to do anything before leaving the bar?
Are you ready for me to go see the Temple of Melora? Do they have one here?
You've already been.
Kind of walk a little bit faster
No.
because I noticed that you're like getting up and walking with me.
That's the same thing.
Oh, we are the same religion?
Melora is the druidic.
Oh, the Wild Mother. Is there a temple for that here?
That's the same person.
We were there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, we already did that.
Temple- So the daughters of Melora are. I mean, your character would know that so far from what you found out that the daughters of Melora are worshippers of the Wild Mother, Melora, who.
Oh, I totally read that in my backstory. Shut up.
I don't think it was in your backstory. You found that out when you went to the Temple
I
of
was
the Wild.
totally paying attention.
So
the
you
whole
went to the
time.
Temple of the Wild Mother
I would
and
never space out.
asked them about the symbol on the front of your book because you know that your mother was a druid.
I totally paid attention.
She's got a mother?
I remember. It was birthed.
Anyway,
Is there an
Mother.
auction house for animals?
no. There's not a stockyard in Southwatch. It is not a livestock-driven economy in the South. It is a timber and military-driven economy.
I feel like you just don't want me to have more animals.
Why do you need more animals?
Why do you need to ask questions? I'll go to my horse as well. Thank you.
Okay. Would anybody else like to do anything before we go to the stables?
Waldo wants to go claim the biggest bed in the tavern.
So you guys still have your quarters at the garrison.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Waldo's wildin' right now. Let him do what he wants.
Waldo had 2 cups of cranberry juice. He's gonna go to bed.
Okay. All right. Good night, Waldo. Deuces, little choir boy.
He's making up for the stabbing. Is what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're so like. Do you have like a daily ritual that you participate in as far as like praying to your god, Waldo?
Yeah, pray before bed.
Okay, so as you kneel by your bed to start praying, if that's what you do, you feel uneasiness in your stomach.
Oh God. Literally.
Kind of reflecting on the events that have happened since you left your temple in Korst to join this group of adventurers, you kind of realize that, or you don't realize, you start to get this uneasy feeling in your stomach. You feel a strain in your connection to Pelor. You finish your evening ritual with that same uneasy feeling.
Waldo cries himself to sleep.
Get right with your god, boy! You better get right with your god! So, Waldo, you drift off to an uneasy slumber, and we will continue on. Evo, would you like to do anything before going to the stables?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So, are you going to the stables, Evo?
I go up and I cuddle Weldo because I hear him crying in his sleep.
Oh.
That's extramarital.
You're the big spoon.
That's frowned on by my religion.
Yeah,
Press his little head.
Pelor believes in strict monogamy.
Banana. Wait.
It's platonic.
Wait, did you just do that right now?
He said monogamy.
Oh my
I
god.
said monogamy.
Whatever. Tomato.
You're
Oh
gonna have to tell
my
Mom that
God.
she did that.
Banana. Okay, so when your mom and I get on it, we've done that for like an hour once, just straight.
I know.
Yeah, valid. By the way, just for anybody who's curious that's in either the Twitch stream or watching the video after the fact, Drescon is my brother Nathan.
And Evo is my sister, and Derek is my Derek. My Dirk.
And Cithri is an angry Texan.
She's not Texas-ing. Don't lie.
Get fucked.
Get fucked! Get fucked, little boy!
I literally went trail riding today. So,
Oh wow.
on my horses, where I wear boots and spurs.
Yeah, she's a horse girl.
You
Don't
fucking
listen to
I
her.
haven't ridden a horse in forever. I'm coming to visit. We're having a girls' day.
You fucking cowboy kid.
I'll put you on my my son Hollywood. And I'll just slap him on the ass and say, bye, Katie.
Deuces. So you guys arrive at the stable. It's kind of you're sort of getting to those twilight hours of the evening.
Is Waldo still riding horse with me? Because I don't want to drive my own horse.
You're riding Appa. Waldo has been riding with Aura up to this point.
No, he's been riding with me.
I rode with her because she was reading books.
Yeah.
I thought he was riding with Harrowby.
Right. Yeah, no, you I don't know, that's up to you guys.
Well, Aqua was only ridden in emergencies, good sir.
I think Alara or Aura
I think the
took
whole
up on
point-
her
I
horse.
think the whole point of
For battle.
Yeah, but I sold my horse because I'm a cheapskate. So we've been riding together.
he sold his horse because he's a cheapskate.
We're
Because he was
carpooling.
okay.
Yeah.
So as your group arrives at the stable, you notice that Harrowby is already there. He seems to be packing his horse, and as you arrive, he turns to your group, lets out a brief sigh, and just returns to what he's doing. The rest of your horses seem to be prepared, and there is a somewhat unspoken for horse, Sithri, that is also prepared to depart as well, which would have been the extra horse that was brought along because Alara was carpooling.
Carpool.
Horse pooling.
Beep beep.
What would you guys like to do?
I would like to take a piece of my hair that I've cut off and a piece of Wellow's hair that he doesn't know that I've cut off and tie it to our horse's mane.
Hold on. When did you do that?
Don't ask questions. We sleep,
No.
We sleep in the same bed.
Okay. Are you cutting his hair off right now?
No.
Okay. That's
It's
the
already
only.
happened.
That is the only. It hasn't already happened because we never resolved that action.
Fine.
So are you going to cut a piece of his hair off?
Yeah,
right
I'm
now?
gonna go cut a piece of his hair off.
All right. Can I have a sleight of hand check, please?
No, he's gonna know.
Oh, so you're just gonna go up just hey-ya!
Yeah, he's gonna know.
Okay. Well, though, you feel a pull on the back of your head, and just all of a sudden the tension releases, and you turn around, and Alara.
I wake up
has
screaming.
a piece of your hair in her hand, and actually both Weldo and Evo wake with a start, and see Alara standing over you with a knife and a piece of Weldo's hair in her hand. What do you do?
I get up and tackle her.
It's for
Weldo
the-
screamed.
It's for the horse, so people know it's our horse. Don't you know things?
This is some fucked up.
Hey, we wake up and see you standing over with a weapon and fucking hair.
You don't trust
I want to
me.
react a certain way.
You don't trust me.
Called asking.
So
Consent.
That was my favorite.
Alara,
It was my favorite hair.
Alara, as your blade separates Weldo's hair from his very pale scalp, Evo wakes up, looks at you, sees the knife and hair in your hand, and just immediately tackles you.
I like it.
Do you say anything to her?
No.
Okay, Evo, what do you
No,
do?
I explain what I'm doing. I'm
Okay,
explaining it.
so as you tackle her, Evo, Alara starts. It's for the horses. It's for the horses. And you're, what? You just kind of are just like, what? The fuck? You don't really understand what she's referring to, but how would you like to proceed with this?
I try to get the knife out of her hand.
Do you resist her?
No, because it's Waldo's knife.
Okay. How do you just have Weldo's knife? You can't.
Yeah, when did that happen?
Where's my dagger?
Questions. We all sleep in the same room and bed.
I have to ask these questions. I'm the DM. If you're trying to steal another player's things, I have to have you roll for it.
How do we all fit in one bed?
Borrowing
That's my
without permission is
question.
still stealing.
Not if you give it back. Then it's not stealing.
Okay, but you still have to roll for
Oh
it.
my god.
Okay,
Anyway.
I'm rolling.
Anyway. Okay, so you managed to take the knife away from her, and she's still just kind of sitting there, just like frozen.
Do you want me to do it to your horse too, Evo?
You don't know what she's talking about at this point. You're just like, do what?
What do you do? Why do you need this hair? What about a horse? Like,
You tie it in its mane so people know. You know, building the bond. Literally.
And
You ever consider just painting your horse?
Maybe it
Why would
doesn't
just giving it a nice name.
get some really shiny hooves, like horseshoes for it.
glitter hooves.
You ever heard of
Nice saddlebags.
bedazzling?
Bedazzle.
Bedazzle your saddle?
No, the horse.
No, bedazzle your horse.
Honey, I invite you to try.
You guys are stressful.
Aw.
Oh, Lucian, no.
Anyway,
So anyway, I take the hair back and I do what I need to do. I braid it into the horse.
okay.
Okay, like,
Since
but are you actually preparing for the trip?
you're just checking on your horses, like it is
done.
it is nighttime. Weldo and Evo were asleep,
Violently woken.
and
It was
finally,
not violent. I was very gentle, I'll have you know.
cutting somebody's hair off with a knife is not a gentle action.
I could have hit him with a knife.
You could have hit him with the knife,
Well, I didn't, so.
but you didn't. You just chopped off.
Anyways, can we go to bed and then get on our journey?
Yes, please.
Okay, nobody's gonna ask Harrowby what's going on.
Really?
Like Harrowby is very obviously preparing to leave, like now.
All right, I'm standing.
Oh, wait. He was preparing to go like right now, right now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then yeah. What the fuck, Herbie? You all right, dude?
I feel I need to leave. The news of the bandits, the news of the increased bandit activity in the north, the information that we recently got about the man who killed my sister. I wouldn't feel right if I went anywhere else at this point. I'm going to Stoneward, with or without you. And at that, he just turns around, quietly packing his horse. And after he finishes packing his horse, he takes the reins and he begins to leave.
He's going to where? With or without us?
Stoneward.
Why?
Wasn't that where we were going first?
No, you guys are going to Holden.
Weren't we
He's
stopping
going-
somewhere
I
on the way to
can't hear-
Holden?
I can't hear you. He's going where?
So Harrowby is going to Stoneward, which is north of Ethus. It is where you guys know. It is where a man who is connected to the murder of his sister is said to have been by the bandits you guys experienced earlier in the campaign. Completely out of character. This is John's exit from the campaign until he is able to return after work stuff calms down.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way we're breaking to go to Stoneward when we have like urgent business to do.
Right. So his urgent business right now is trying to find the man who killed his sister.
Understandable. I kind of walk up. I walk up to him. I know he's preparing, and I kind of put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Sorry."
No, Czar. There's no problem with an angry text, and it was just a descriptive quality about Dez Sithri.
I put my hand on Harrowby's shoulder, kind of like tentatively, and I say, "Harrowby, it was good having you at my side in battle. I hope that we might see you again on the field, and I wish you the best of luck in your journeys. Unfortunately, we cannot go with you to Stoneward. We have our own business to attend to."
And I pipe up, "Bye, buddy. See you later, alligator." When I leave, go to bed.
Harrowby looks to you, Driscoll, and just he seems to be in a thoughtful mood. Like he seems to be inward, very inward right now. But you see that he gives you kind of a kind and somber glance and just nods and says, "Thank you, friend. I will do what I can to return. But until I find the man who killed my sister, I must leave." And he just walks away.
That's sad, babe. So sad.
Big sad. Gonna do a cry. Texas sucks. There's no Tim Hortons. Why do you like Tim Hortons, Sithri?
What is Tim Hortons?
Are we canonizing Tim Hortons?
Yeah, I want to get Nice Cat. Can we go get Nice Cat before we leave town?
Interacting with chat. Timmy Hose is the Dunkin' Donuts of Canada and other areas, but primarily Canada.
Whoa! They're a little bit more than just a Dunkin' Donuts, all right?
Tim Hortons is next level.
Tim
Y'all
Hortons
don't understand.
will serve you the most amazing ice cap, but you can also get poutine. You can get
No.
Sounds pretty Canadian.
Shut
It's
up.
like Dunkin' Donuts, but Canadian.
Nate, what the hell do you know about Tim Hortons?
Yeah, Nate.
I've been to a Tim Hortons at least twice.
Oh,
They have
twice?
some in
I
the
used to
US.
go like 3 times a week for 10 years.
Did you live in Canada?
Wow.
Yeah, I did live in
You have
Canada.
a Canadian girlfriend.
E?
My sister is Canadian.
She's not actually Canadian. She just pretends that she's Canadian while also being British. It's a thing.
We're Canadians who pretend to be American.
Does she not sit with them?
Yeah, basically.
Right, can we
She
go
sits
to
with
bed?
us. No, she sits with us. It's
No,
okay.
with them. She sits with them. Doesn't sit with them. Can we go to bed now? Can we carry on?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the middle of a D&D game. We can't just... Yes. All right. So everybody's horses. You guys have checked up on them, And when we initially purchased them, I didn't provide descriptions of the horses because I wanted everybody to kind of think of one on their own.
Mine's a unicorn.
It's not. No, I'm talking
Faye?
like regular.
Mine's the
fucking
one with my
horse.
hair crudely so tied into the tail.
Nathan's just bedazzled.
Never mind. I'll come up with descriptions of your horse.
Mine's a rather plain looking bay, but like with stock qualities and really large saddlebags.
Ours is a Clydesdale. It's a beaver.
Is a hoofer?
It's a beaver.
Got a Budweiser horse.
He's chunky, but he's a good boy. He's very mild.
He's a very
He doesn't react to much.
So you see this tiny little like thingy on this giant beefy horse. I don't remember what Waldo is, but he's here.
Okay. So your horses have been prepared. You know that you after kind of reviewing them, I guess. You know that they're fairly set to travel. They just need the gear loaded. Like they just need their gear loaded on, and they'll be ready to go in the morning. At this, you guys are free to turn in whenever you're ready.
I'm gonna go cuddle Evo and Waldo.
They're military.
Oh, yeah.
They're military beds.
We take them off of the bed. And
Two
put
and a
the
half people
mega
can't.
bed.
2.5 people cannot fit in
If you
one.
push them together, we can put them together.
The bed slabs are built into the wall.
Then we'll take the mattresses off.
Okay.
Mega bed.
Cuddle puddle.
Yes. That's what we do here.
Our chickens do that too.
Yeah, we have chickens.
Bunch of cocks.
Bunch of cocks.
Anyway, you all. There's another dog. Amazing.
He collects them.
I have too many dogs.
Sithri, are you arguing with people in chat?
She would never. You have the wrong
Ice
one.
cap, it's canon. Alright, anyway.
What's an ice cap?
An iced cappuccino.
Why?
Because my brother's a fucking weirdo.
If you want to see Cat make,
Oh, I had
want to make
coffee
Cat a
earlier.
mad girl, you make Cat mad. Order an iced cappuccino.
So you
Oh, it's
all-
not a thing.
You all
God
turn
damn.
in for the evening and get one more comfortable. I think it's in the car. I think my coffee's in the car.
I am not going to the car for your coffee, sir.
Okay. You all turn in for the evening and
What in the heck?
have at least one more comfortable night of sleep and rest before you return to your travels. I think this is a good time because we're getting into our last hour. I think it's a good time for us to take a short break. If anybody would like to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, feel free to do so. We will be back momentarily. Okay?
I think we all were already doing that as we were playing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to grab my coffee out of the car. I will be right back.
A wireless headset, you'll never know what I'm doing off camera.
Dirty.
Not like that!
Yes, it's like that.
Poor Derek.
Maybe.
Hi guys, I have 3 dead mice and I'm gonna make jewelry out of them. I found them outside and they're
What exactly are you doing with them?
Katie, what?
I'm gonna keep
Wait.
the skulls and I'm
The
gonna make
fuck?
jewelry. You already knew I was gonna do these things, don't pretend.
I didn't
Katie, are you
think
supposed
really
to bury those in
were.
the dirt?
Yeah, or you can leave them out in the sun.
Why are
Like,
you like
maybe you
this?
should bury them in the dirt
And then
for a couple months?
and then exhume them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm doing that with
Hey,
our chickens.
when Lucian gets back before we he's still here. Hey,
No, I
can,
just
can,
got- I just
can
got
you
in the car.
can you either make me like admin rights for the channel or add that bot I linked you so that we can play the ambience music?
Yeah. I'll do that after we wrap up the stream tonight.
So Cat had a pet
Yeah, that's
chicken
fine.
and it died, so I'm waiting for it to decay and I'm using its skull for a paperweight for her desk.
Nice.
Great.
It's beautiful. What?
That's cute. I didn't know that was gonna be a thing.
I told you already.
Yeah, I told her that I got I told her that I got resin stuff because I was making her some jewelry for our anniversary,
Mhm.
and I was like, when I'm done with it, I'm never gonna touch this shit again, so you can just have it.
And I'm gonna
And
make
that's the thing that she's wanting to do, I guess.
I'm gonna make coasters out of dead bugs. It's gonna be great.
You know what? I'll be right back. You guys go ahead and.
I can't wait to visit.
Nathan's wearing such a dad sweater right now.
Oh yeah, he's wearing a school.
That is an amazing sweater.
He's a dad.
Wow, look at his room.
Look at Cat's
Let's just make
knee.
fun of his room.
Look at Cat's knee.
Okay.
Lick it.
Those clothes, the pile of clean laundry.
Yeah.
Or,
Yep.
Or it could be dirty
So
laundry.
so
you
you
don't
see
know.
you see that banner that's
It's
hanging,
clean.
You see that banner that's hanging in his window?
Mm-hmm.
I designed that.
The UMass towel.
The Buccaneer I can't remember if it's Buccaneers or Pirates, but the pirate
Buccaneers.
logo that they use. I designed the one that goes on a lot of their newer athletic stuff because I was working for the screen printing company that produced them.
Oh, really? That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's got that one above his window. So now when I'm there, I'm not gonna have a towel because he has like one towel.
Yeah, that sounds like my brother.
Bring your own.
I'm not
Okay.
bringing my own fucking
My
towel.
brother doesn't think you need to wash your towels because you're clean when you use them.
Anyway.
Doggo.
It's so gross.
Anyway. So, what do you? All right. So you all awake the next day,
Ouch, I hate
well
it.
rested,
Weenus.
and with a goal in mind. What would you all like to do?
Go bye bye.
You go bye bye.
Go bye bye.
You go bye bye.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. You all.
Cranberry juice for the road.
Okay. You all gather your belongings and arrive at the stables. Your horses are prepared and ready to go. The stable hand, Jeffrey. Or no, this wouldn't be Jeffrey. This would be Jeffrey's cousin. I can't remember his name.
Also, Jeffrey.
Also
Yeah, his
Jeffrey.
name is also Jeffrey. Just anybody who works at the stables, their name is Jeffrey now.
It's actually a family business.
It is a family business.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyway, so you guys ready your horses and you depart, leaving from the northern gate of the city.
Waldo's driving.
As you leave, you notice the people of the city are definitely in better spirits than when you came, for sure. So, congratulations, everybody. You officially helped some people. You're not entirely murder hobos.
They're not like clapping as we leave and
No,
celebrating our victory.
no, fuck that.
We don't get confetti cannons. How disrespectful.
How dare they?
No parade? Oh, come on.
I was tortured for weeks for this.
The fanfare.
Again, I'm just gonna.
I know exactly what song that was, Lucian. I hate you so much. It's gonna be stuck in my head forever now.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the point.
In the time that we're driving, I'd like to teach Appa a new attack, but we can go over that later.
Okay.
Appa tries to learn water gun. Would you like Appa to forget another move to learn water gun?
I need to go grab something I forgot in the other room. I'll be right back.
That wasn't suspicious. He's like slow jogging with the pirate hat on and everything. It's beautiful.
He wore it
I
outside
ride
of
a
the car.
unicorn?
Alara, are you gonna teach Appa water gun?
Teach Appa finger gun.
For intimidation, of course. With a snap and everything.
You're gonna evolve him to his final form of air bison?
That would be the best, but I don't think Lucian would let me do that.
That would be so sick. The group just gets around on a fucking air bison all the time.
I mean, I don't think he'll let me, but we can try.
I have a meme for this. Hold on.
Oh no. I was gonna teach him roar like the Banshee did. Everyone has little damage or stun damage or something. But I mean, water gun works.
It's just a hairball.
Ew, yes. With poison damage.
I have returned.
So as your group leaves the city, you notice that the terrain is much different from the path from Course to Southwatch. It is less, before it was more of a plains bordering on a forest, very straight and level path. Now you're noticing that as you're traveling, you can see off in the distance to the west the sort of gray landscape and pools of water that comprise the Ashvan polder where you interrupted the first ritual. You see no path, as it's just the edge of the Ashvan polder, but the wide trade road that has been kind of built in over years and years of commerce between Holven, Toron, and Southwatch have sort of beaten the path very flat and wide, but the land around you is very hilly and rocky. There's some sparse trees and vegetation around you, and it is a very continuously straight path through, because of the lack of trees and other vegetation. It's very easy to just kind of form a straight path. As you approach the end of the first day of travel, I would like to get a perception roll from Driscon, please.
Working on it. It's a 17.
17. You notice off in the distance you see some shapes, just kind of.
Not the blobs.
You notice some shapes kind of slowly moving in the distance. It's one of those it's kind of one of those sort of weird when you're in California and there's not a lot of trees on the ground, but you can kind of see very far into the distance, but you have a hard time spotting the detail. That's kind of where you're at right now. You see kind of this just haze over the horizon, and you see some just dark shapes kind of moving around slowly in the distance. You can't.
Are they moving in a specific direction?
It seems like they are almost moving along with your group, but you're not sure. You're not quite sure. 1 second. Seems like they're almost moving along with the group, but you're not 100% sure whether or not they're following your group. But they are moving in independent directions within where they are in their space, but they are maintaining a consistent distance from your group. As you reach the end of the first day of travel, you find you notice that there's a rather what looks like well-worn campsite by the side of the road. The trade roads in this province, typically speaking, they can take up to a couple of days of travel, and so around the distance that a normal group of travelers could get to in a day is normally a campsite. It's just a small outcropping it's flat and level with a stone circle in the center that looks like it's been used recently for a campfire. Would you guys like to make camp and rest for the evening?
I mean, yes.
I'm gonna let everyone know that as we come to this area, it's I think we might be being followed. And I point out the figures off in the distance if they're still there.
They are not, actually. By this
Okay.
point in the day, they have gone. They've vanished.
Okay, well, I point out I tell them, I look, earlier today I spotted a party, some distance on the horizon, who looked like they might be moving apace with us, but not gaining or losing any ground. I think we might be being followed. Just keep an eye out. Be vigilant. We should probably double up the watch tonight.
All right. That being said, who would like to take the first watch?
I'll take it.
Okay. Would anybody like to take the first watch with her?
I mean,
Take it.
All right. Evo and Alara, I would like you both to make perception checks for me, please.
I'll be right back. My oven's shouting at me.
Okay. The evening sort of comes to a close. You all have arranged you all have arranged your sleeping gear for the night, and everybody drifts off to a restful sleep.
I have
It's
a
been a long
16.
Okay, it's been a long day of travel. As the night kind of encroaches upon your group, Alara and Evo, we come to you in the watch. Evo, what was your perception roll for me?
25.
25.
And I have a 16.
25.
So about
Nice.
3 hours into your watch, Alara, you notice some you notice some strange noises coming from outside the camp.
Oh wait, because Appa has extra night vision and whatever, can he also roll for perception as well?
Remember that for the next time. Ask for a perception roll, and we'll allow it.
Okay.
You notice some strange noises coming from outside of the camp.
Mhm.
You point them out to Evo, who investigates them further, and while you don't necessarily see anything, Evo, you can confirm that there is some very odd and not necessarily unnatural, but unorthodox noises coming from the area around the camp. You don't notice anything explicitly out of the ordinary. You don't notice any strange wildlife, any strange trees or foliage or stones or rocks or travelers or anything.
Can we roll for investigation?
That was the perception check.
Oh.
But at that, with the knowledge that there is something weird going on, your watch ends for the evening. Who would like to take the next watch?
I'll go.
Alright, Sithri. Nathan, you're muted.
I'll wake up.
What was that?
You're muted.
Oh, am I?
You were.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Either that or whatever.
Yeah, I was looking away from my microphone. It's kind of directional. I'll take the second watch with her, I guess. Unless Welda already called it, so I'll just let
No,
Welda
you
take
can.
it. Okay.
Okay,
Go back to sleep, little man.
Sithri and Droskan, would you please make a perception check for me?
Okay.
I cannot find anything on here ever.
Nice. It's a nat 20, +2.
Okay.
You said perception?
Yes.
23.
Alright. So, as you took the watch, Evo informed you both that her and Alara had noticed some strange noises in the general vicinity during the course of their watch. Keeping that in mind, going into your watch with somewhat heightened senses, about an hour and a half into your watch, you start to hear these same strange noises. It seems like a shuffling and clattering, almost coming from a distance.
That's kind of sus.
It's very definitely growing closer, and you start to hear some very rough grunts and almost like whispered grunts, as if like some form of creature was primitively communicating with another creature. About an hour and a half into your watch, a group of bugbears
Aww.
stumbles into the camp with weapons drawn, and you notice that one of the bugbears
Harper,
seems to be directing them almost. So,
are they alive?
yes, they are alive.
Oh, I have animal handling.
So we are going to, well, they're not particular, they're primitive, but they're not animals. So we are going to.
Are they part bear?
Sorry?
Are they part bear?
Bugbears are like owlkin, kind of. They're like humanoids with like. It's weird. It's hard to describe. Hold on. I will just pull up the actual description.
All right. So this is the road here. Oh, and this is the very thin marker.
A bugbear is a tall and hulking humanoid distantly related to but larger and stronger than goblins and hobgoblins. Like many goblinoids, bugbears speak the goblin language. They are one of the only goblinoids covered in fur.
So
I don't know
this
why I
is-
said owlkin.
This is the road.
I'm thinking World of Warcraft for some reason.
Let me go.
How tall?
Let me go grab my other markers really quick.
How
Bugbears
tall
are-
is tall?
All right, to give you a bit more of an idea, bugbears average between 6'10" and 7'2", between 250 to 300 pounds. They're usually yellow to reddish brown with brown or red hair. They are generally, here to give you a reference.
So they're
This is what they
Way
look
over
like.
twice as big.
This is an example of what they look like. Waldo, you're about half that man's size, if not less.
And a quarter of the weight. I gotta hide.
I'm the DM now.
All right, so that is the camp and the. So let me just adjust this slightly. So
Kinda looks like
this
the
is
Oreo.
this is the road and this is the camp here. And if you want to go see it over there, I need to. So I'm going to need Driscon and Sithri to roll initiative for me, please. Oh, I don't. Actually, I do.
What'd you do to my dice?
I did.
Nice.
You can't find anything on here. Hold up.
It's literally just where it says initiative below your proficiency bonus. If you click that, it should
Found it.
roll it. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, like, I rolled a 2, so don't feel bad.
Okay, I'm missing a bunch of my tokens. What the heck?
I'm missing Appa's player sheet, but I sent it to Nathan, so I have it in Discord.
Okay. Alright, so. Alright, Sithri, what was your initiative roll?
8 minus 1, so 7.
Okay. 7. And Driscon, what was your initiative roll?
It's 2.
2. Why would you roll so poorly?
Thought you were supposed to be good at this game.
Yeah, come on.
Hold on. Let me
You saw the monsters
train-
coming, and you were like, "Nah, let them attack first."
train and dice rolling. Let me just
Get good.
Alright, so.
Yeah.
For this.
Fucking
Alright, so
rude.
Driscon, where would you like to be on the board?
hold on. I gotta pull up the.
Oh, and I gotta switch.
Where are they approaching from?
So,
I'm assuming that the circle in the center is the campfire, right?
Yeah, so. You got one bugbear here. You have another bugbear here. The kind of leadery looking bugbear that's giving orders is there. And then Aura's chip is actually going to be the third bugbear as well.
Or
Okay,
why have you done this?
I mean, like, I probably would have been watching the road.
Okay, so up here.
So probably like right around. Well, no, like towards the campfire, because you want to be back, kind of like back to the campfire, but
And
probably
I
right
was
around
watching
there.
the woods.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Anyway,
Okay. So like here.
yeah, probably right about there.
Okay. Sithri, where would you like to be?
So we're by this road, right? And then there's probably like a little tiny strip of green, and then there's like forest. Correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well I'd be if
Well,
he's
no,
watching the
so-
road, then I'm watching the forest.
So actually, it's a very like almost hilly plain with the edges of the swamp probably about a half a mile to the east, and like a mountainous terrain a number of miles to the west. Like that is like the very very distant.
Okay.
East is the mountainous terrain. West is the edge of the swamp.
Whatever direction Driscon was watching, I am watching the opposite to cover both sides, if that makes sense. There we
So,
go.
like right there.
And out of nowhere,
Yeah.
a giant cat appears.
What's up, Appa?
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me roll initiative for the bugbears.
PJ. The cat's an asshole.
Yeah, I know. Alright.
Have they woken us up yet? Are we hearing any of this yet?
No, there's been no conflict yet. And not.
No. How many bugbears are there? There was only
There's 4. There was a group of bugbears. Okay. So we are going to start with the bugbear chief's turn. So he is going to kind of shout some rough orders at his men or
Is he
women
shouting?
or whatever. Sorry?
Shouting?
Well, like loud grunting, yes.
Okay.
Does anybody speak Goblin?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so yeah, it sounds like indistinguishable grunting in this case. Alright, so he's going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20 feet there. And he's going to move on to Bugbear 3, who's going to move up 5, 10, 15 feet, and he's going to make an attack against Sithri. And that is going to be a 16 plus. So it's going to be a 20 to hit Sithri.
Alright, this is my first time in combat.
Okay. So.
Ever.
So look at your
You can explain it. That's fine.
look at your armor class.
Yeah.
If it whatever he's saying is to hit, it has to meet your armor class or beat it for the enemy to hit you with their attack.
Okay, my armor class is 12, so it hits.
Alright, so that is going to be 2d8 damage. Alright. So you are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as the bugbear kind of rushes up to you, and before you can say or really say anything, just swings down with this crudely made morning star and just smacks you across your shoulder.
Ow.
Ow.
Next is going to be this one's turn. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and make a similar attack against Driscon. And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
God damn. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Similarly, another bugbear comes rushing up to you, Driscon, with his morning star, and makes a swing at you. Thankfully, he doesn't catch as much purchase as the first one did on Sithri, and he only does 4 points of bludgeoning damage to you as he catches you across the chest.
Oof. All right.
Now, do the rest of us hear this?
At this point, yes. So at this point, the rest of the group hears this. Feel free to awake and roll for initiative for me.
Okay, you're gonna want to get our tabs out.
Right?
Our little tabs. I have a 20.
20. Okay, Eva, what is your initiative roll?
Oh, Ezekiel. Oh, shit.
You be nice to my son.
9.
9.
He's my son.
9.
Okay. Welda, what is your initiative roll?
8.
Doing great, buddy.
You got this, friend.
I'm in it.
We are actually doing really terribly.
Hey, I got some.
Oh no.
All right. your dexterity score?
+5.
No, your score, the total number.
20.
20. Okay. So yeah. All right. So at this, it is going to, since you guys just woke up, we're going to continue with the first round of combat, and then you guys will come in on the next round of combat. Okay. So at this point, it is now Cithri's turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. I pretty sure my current equipment is my my mace and my shield. So I'm gonna. How close is he? Hella close. All right. I'm So it's a glancing shoulder blow, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Left shoulder, based on where I'd be standing.
You got this, bud.
Just about, yeah.
Okay.
So with
So-
combat, we typically speaking get specific like that for flavor. It's not like you're now hobbled on your shoulder.
No, I'm gonna be specific. Anyways. All right. So I take my mace and I swing, and let me pull that
All
crap
right,
up.
roll your attack, please.
I roll from
It's a
You go to your
D4.
actions
hit
tab,
DC.
and then if you go to the hit DC box and click it, that should
Wait, hold on. Two people were talking.
your actions tab, and then under all, there's your weapons at the top. Just click the hit/DC box for the mace.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it wasn't scrolled up far enough. Okay. 23.
Nice.
23.
18 plus 5. Yep.
Okay, you hit. Roll for damage, please.
6.
Very nice.
All right. Okay. Next up is going to be just gone. Yeah. Next up is. Actually, no. Next up is going to be the other bugbear. So this bugbear is going to 5, 10, 15, and take a swing at Cithri.
Wow, you're already fucking her up, huh?
Yep. So he's gonna take. He's actually going to run
Sure,
up to you and
remember
try
that.
to jab at you with a javelin, and that is going to be a
Hey, wait. Javelin is a long distance weapon. If he's up
melee or ranged weapon attack.
mind.
Is going to be a 6 to hit.
Okay, so as long as my armor class is above.
Yes. So
That-
I have to
okay, then-
roll- I have to roll either your armor class or higher to hit you.
Okay, then you miss.
Okay. So the third and final bugbear kind of rushes up to you, and as they kind of run up to you with their javelin out, they trip over a rock and kind of stumble and just kind of miss slightly, and just their javelin kind of just sticks into the ground next to you.
They ran right at me while I was standing in front of a fire. That's
Next
not
up-
very smart.
Next up is Driscon.
Okay, so I'm gonna sidestep Z5 towards the road and line up all 3 of the bugbears there. You can draw a straight line through those
So-
bugbears from that position.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I would say that's would you agree that that's like 30 feet or so between those 3 bugbears?
Yeah, just about. It's like about 25, 30 feet.
Okay, all right, yeah. So Driscon takes a step back, and he looks like he's gonna burp, and he kind of just like arches his back and then and just vomits acid in a straight line for 30 feet all over the bugbears.
1 second. Hold on. Keep in mind the others are awake, but they have not moved yet. So you have Alara here. You have
Yeah.
Weldo here. This would have been your.
Yeah, my
your
sleeping
bed
bag.
there.
Brave of you to think.
There shouldn't be anybody in the way or in danger of being hit by this.
No, there's not. So this is Alara. This is Weldo. You have Driscon. You have Cithri. You have Evo here, and then you have.
Okay.
Or here, you have Evo here, and then Appa is with you.
Wait,
Okay.
I want to be back here.
Okay, you can be back there.
Alright.
All right. So What is the? Is it an automatic?
Yeah, it's a dex save, DC 11. It does half damage on success.
Okay. So that is for the captain and the 2. All right, so that's it's dex save, correct?
It's a dex save. They have to get an 11 or better on a dex save to half the damage.
Okay. So Z5 is that one. AU is. Alright, that is AU. 60 is that one, and then. Okay, so the first bugbear in your line of sight succeeds, and
Look
then
at Dewey.
so the first bugbear in the line succeeds.
He's so dramatic.
The second one fails, which is the one standing next to Sithri, and
Yep.
the third one, that's cocked, and the third one succeeds. Yeah, the third one succeeds.
Okay, so you keep track of that. I'm gonna roll damage once, and then you can just half it for the ones that succeeded.
That's fine.
All right, so the damage for that is 6 damage to each of them, and then 3 for the ones that saved. So
Okay,
so 3, 6, and 3.
5, so it's gonna be, and then okay, perfect. All right. Now, do they get any status effects from your breath weapon? I know it's acid.
No, it's just acid damage. So if they're resistant to acid damage, they would probably take less than that.
Yeah, I don't think that they are. Yeah, they're not. All right.
There's very few enemies that I can think of that are.
Yeah. Goddamn min maxers. All right, Alara, you are up next.
Cool. Hold on, there's so many things open on my phone because I have the stream open, so it's like freaking out.
Yeah, we have 7 viewers right now, guys.
Ooh, hell yeah!
And it appears that we have a bunch of people lurking in chat.
All right, for my special, I have 2. I want to use Mask of the Wild and try and blend in.
Okay.
So these bushes kind of behind us. Oh God! I'm
Good
gonna
catch.
Josh.
Go to bed.
Then I have Colossus Slayer, which a creature takes an extra 1d8 damage. And then I would also like to Prime Evil Awareness.
Go to bed, Daisy.
I don't want to do that. Okay. So I would like to move into kind of the bushes behind my tent sort of area, just out of the light of the fire, and try and blend in there.
Okay.
And I would also like to use. I'm just gonna use my Colossus Slayer, the 1d8 extra damage, and shoot at. Can I tell? I'm gonna shoot at this one, and then Appa's gonna attack the other one.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So roll for your attack. You remember you apply your Colossus Slayer after.
Okay. I have a 10 plus actions plus 11.
Okay. So you hit for sure.
Okay, and then 1d8 plus 7, so 2d8s plus 7.
Yep. So you'd roll that twice.
This doesn't even have an 8 on it. Oh yes, it does. Just kidding. 2, 3, 5 plus 7.
5 plus 7 is 12.
12. Yep. 12 damage on this one.
Which one? AU?
AU. And then for Appa's roll, it's a 5 plus.
So you'll have to move Appa.
Okay. 1 second. I have to check mine in Nathan's chat for Appa's thingy.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
I have it already.
Oh, okay.
Appa's bite is it's +6, so he got a 11.
Does not hit. So he kind of I don't know, pounces up to bite and just kind of misses a little bit and goes wide. All right. Next is going to be the bugbear captain, who is going to notice that. All right, so he's gonna move right over here, and this was Weldo, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So he's gonna move over to Weldo, noticing that he's not quite yet readied himself for combat, and he is going to take 2 swings at you with his Morning Star. So that is going to be a natural 20. So that is going to be. So it's a total of 25.
Yeah.
So it's a nat 20, so it also crits. So it's going to be 2d8 plus 3. So that is.
Fucking Weldo's about to get fucking smoked right now.
12 plus 3 is.
I haven't even woken up yet.
It's 15, doubled is 30.
Weldo's dead. Well, he's not dead. He's
I'm
unconscious. for
almost dead.
Alright, so
Sure.
that's
Weldo.
30
Oh
points
my
of bludgeoning
God.
damage. The bugbear captain just kind of notices the small man at the edge of the just kind of just.
He just hits a random sleeping bag.
Just wails on you with his fucking Morning Star.
That's sizest.
Fucking Weldo, no! You hear Drescon call out from across the clearing.
Alright, and that is going to be this bugbear's turn, who is going to work his way around the campfire and start to work on Evo. And he's going to take 1 attack with his javelin, and that is going to be a 22 to hit.
They are so squishy.
Does that hit, Cat?
Yeah.
Okay, that is going to be
Well, those, like,
Y'all
yes, I'm
survived
the
the
only
catacomb.
one.
2.
You can fight the undead, but not these. All right.
That
Because
is
they're
going to be.
cuddly.
We were asleep.
That's going to be 12 points of piercing damage to you, Evo.
Are you gonna die?
God damn.
It's just
No.
It's just a couple of bugbears, guys. Come on. All right. And on that is going to be the other bugbear's turn, who's going to take a swing at the large cat that just came up to him.
It's
He's
a person.
gonna turn and he's going to kind of try to swing his spear around that was just stuck in the ground and kind of jab it at Appa, which is going to be a. Wow, I'm rolling pretty well tonight.
F you, babe.
Sorry. It's going to be another 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, and that is 2d6.
Can we talk about how my armor class is 12, but I'm a 350-pound cat?
Yeah, you're not wearing
So that's
armor.
going to be 8 piercing damage to Appa.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Next up is Evo.
Get him, bud. Tickle him
Frick.
with your demon hands.
Alright.
Do you remember which one's you?
Yeah. I'm just thinking. I'm scared. Alright.
I just
I'm
really
gonna-
should, like, really
What?
I should really just like throw small things at you in combat.
Do you hate me? Like,
I don't know what it is. It's like every
do
time.
this to me every time.
Every time I put you into combat, it's like you almost die.
It's because you take advantage of she's like range and you always throw them up in front of their face.
Not cool, bro. Alright,
It's not like she's casting nothing but fireball. Like, she can cast firebolt at things like up close to her.
you know what? I'm gonna do magic missile at that bugbear that just got me.
All right.
Oh, fucker.
What is your hit DC? Or your spell DC for that?
Pretty sure that's a spell attack, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a spell attack. What's your spell
Yeah.
attack for it?
Oh crap. 5.
You're doing great, Betty.
Alright, you succeed. Like,
Yes.
you hit him.
Nice.
Very nice.
It was a pretty shit roll. Alright, roll for damage, please.
I think bugbears also wear no armor.
Yeah, bugbears also wear nothing for armor.
Jesus.
Like, I can roll terribly to attack. I can roll terribly to dodge your attacks, but goddamn, if I'm trying to hit, you guys are dying.
Got 4.
Got 4. All right, that is 4. Okay. Next up is going to be Weldo.
Weldo awakens from his sleep and heals himself because I'm scared.
Good job, buddy.
Go to bed, Daisy.
I need it.
I need it.
All right. And how much do you heal yourself for, Weldo?
Not nearly enough. Let's see. 13.
13. Okay.
That's less dead than you were.
You just remember you can still move. By the way.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna run to the road. Behind Drescon.
Behind Driscon. Okay. So you're in the road now.
Yeah,
Willow gets
that's
hit
good.
by a fucking truck.
I got hit by a truck and I sprinted.
There's just
Like,
a
get out of
semi.
Just a fully loaded trade caravan just comes it's like those trucks that...
It's
like
an
those trucks-
18-wheeler caravan.
Yeah, it's an 18-wheeler caravan, kind of like those trucks that drive on I-40 at like 3 o'clock in the morning trying to...
He's just going 90 miles an hour down this dirt road.
Just completely just dusts Weldo out of existence. Alright.
Poor Weldo.
Next up is going to be Sith3. Do some shit.
All right. Sorry, my feet on my end's a little fuzzy. Point to me point to my marker. Okay. I'm gonna back up diagonally 5 feet. No, other way. Yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna line up my ice knife spell. Which should hit.
That would have been there. And then she would have...
Yeah.
Okay. What is...
Okay.
So, sorry, what were you doing?
I'm lining up my ice knife spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast ice knife.
Ice knife. Oh.
That's a cool attack.
Okay. All right. I'm assuming there's a spell DC. There's a spell DC for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is your spell DC?
Wait, that's a roll, right?
Yes. No.
Okay.
It should be at the
Wait,
top
what?
of your. It should be at the top of your spell list.
Where is it? +5.
What?
Wait, am I reading this correctly?
Okay, so ice knife
Hold on.
is a projectile. I'm pretty sure it's a spell attack. Is there a box next to it that you can click on?
I've got hit DC for +5 under it, and then there's the effect, which is piercing
Yeah.
damage.
Can you click the hit DC for ice knife or no?
Yeah, it just rolls.
Okay, yeah. So that's
What
the
is-
spell attack
what
for
is-
it.
What is
Yeah.
your roll?
Oh, well, I've just rolled twice, so the lower one was 8 and the higher was 11.
What was the first roll?
8.
Okay, you do not hit. So you go to cast your ice knife spell, and it just as it leaves your hand, it kind of goes wide. And-
Cool. Hit or miss. The shard that explodes.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah, so wherever she targets with the ice knife, wherever the shard lands or embeds itself, it explodes for area of effect damage, I'm pretty sure.
Roll for damage.
Yep.
And what's the area of effect on that?
5 feet.
5
3 whole damage.
3 damage. All right.
A whole 3.
You 3 whole damage.
So it's the 5 feet around the square where it lands,
So-
right?
Yeah, so that means... Yeah, so in that case, then it would mean that just that one bugbear would get it then, not Appa. Because the 5 feet would just be that 5 foot square
Yeah.
in that case. So it was 3 damage to that one. Okay. All right. Next up is going to be the one that you just hit, actually, who is going to now that he's pissed off and a little bit colder. He's gonna move towards you and he's gonna swing at you with his Morning Star. Pulls a Morning Star from his belt and takes a swing at you, or from his waist, and then takes a swing at you for that is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, you hit again.
I'm sorry. And that's gonna be 9 points of bludgeoning damage, or no, piercing damage. Morning stars are piercing damage apparently, so it's gonna be 9 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
All right. Next up is this one, who is going to take another swing at Evo for
Daisy.
10 to hit. Evo, does it hit?
Fuck you.
A 10 hits?
He's a mage.
Oh my god.
She's wearing robes.
Night,
I
night.
have no armor.
Okay. Alright, so that is going to be 12 points of piercing damage. Did we... Are you unconscious?
Guess
Oh,
I'll
I'm
die.
out.
You're
I'm out.
You're out?
I'm out.
You're out?
I'm out.
Alright, so Cat, the bugbear that's assailing you takes one more swing at you and just catches you just right on the side of the head, and you fall down to the ground unconscious.
Oh, jeez.
Bullshit.
Alright, next up is going to be Evo, so make your first death save.
Wait, you skipped over me. Yeah, you already went through hurt. You went through.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, you're right. So yeah, next up
Driscon.
would be Driscon. Sorry, I got out of order. So next up is Driscon.
All right, I'm gonna run over to shit. I guess Evo now, who I've seen is downed and has a bugbear standing over her. I'm gonna move the 5 feet towards that bugbear. Can you hear me? Hello.
You hear Alara going again. God, freaking damn it!
All right. And then I take my great axe and I kind of like while I'm walking, I start winding it up for this like big uppercut. I go to uppercut the bugbear.
Okay. Roll for your attack, please.
All right, hold on. I am doing that right meow. That is a 26 to hit.
You definitely hit.
Okay, cool. I'm also going to in my rage at what has happened, going to use, hold on, where is it?
Oh, you're just gonna nuke it, huh?
I'm gonna use a spell slot to divine smite for an extra 2d8 radiant damage against this bugbear.
All right.
But let me roll base damage. Base damage is it's a good thing I did that because it's a base damage is 8, and then let me roll 2d8 real quick. Plus 7, so 15 total damage.
Okay. How would you like this bugbear to get dusted, my friend?
So I came over and I kind of like stepped 5 feet and took a baseball swing, but like one of those uppercut baseball swings with the great axe. And I kind of hit him at the hip, and his leg is just gone. He's just bleeding out from his hip.
Okay, so the bugbear falls to the ground, like very mortally wounded and hobbled by your attack, instantly regretting doing anything remotely violent in your vicinity. Next is going to be Alara.
Who's healing them this time? I like scream out into the battlefield because all of us can heal Evo. Anyone taking turns?
I don't think I can actually.
You're the only one who can't. I gave everyone else healing potions. Fine,
I wanna-
I'll do it. Just like
I mean, it is your turn. I don't know what you want us to do. We can't go out of order.
Yeah, but you could say you're gonna heal them. I stomp over to them, and I open. Wait, can I do cure wounds, or do I have to use a healing potion?
Do you have cure wounds as a spell?
I do. I have a whole bunch of random stupid spells that really don't make any sense. Just like my character.
How does your character not make sense?
Doesn't make sense.
You made
I
it.
don't want to be a nudge, but how does an unconscious person? Okay. According to this, yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. I was like, how does the unconscious person drink a potion? But no, it is held up by the Sage Advice Compendium, page 21. An unconscious person can drink a potion, so that
Plug
works.
their nose, open their mouth, and then massage their throat. Have you ever given a cat medicine?
No.
Do it.
Feed
You're
her
not
like
allowed
a
near
baby.
cats.
Alright, so I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Evo.
Alright, roll for your heal then.
Just my heal, or do I have to do this?
No, it automatically succeeds.
Okay, 1d8 is
If I remember correctly.
this 1 plus 4.
If you're healing a friendly target, a willing friendly target, you don't need to worry about it. It just works.
And then I have a proficiency in. Did you say it was medical or something?
Yeah, but that doesn't influence your roll for this.
Even though I have a proficiency in it?
No, that would.
That's for skill checks only. That's not for rolling healing totals.
What if I have an add like a
It's
plus
whatever the
4?
effect says. Mine says like 1d8 plus 7, so whatever your spell says.
So my plus 4 doesn't work in that either?
No, it would be outlined in the spell effect if you had a bonus to it.
Okay, so
Alright.
it's just 7.
Okay, so you heal for 7 hit points, Evo, and you are no longer unconscious.
Can we have an air 5 or a high 5 or a finger gun? Like, can we do something like that? Like, something?
God.
Crossbows.
Alright,
next-
Appa needs to take his turn.
Okay.
Appa is going to take a swing at this one that's right in front of him.
Okay.
And that is a 17 plus. Hold on, I have to go to my pictures.
It's alright. You hit.
I hit? Okay.
Yeah.
So his claw is 2d6 plus 5. So this is a d6, the normal one. 3, 1, 4. It's a 10.
Okay. Alright. Next up is going to be this guy, who is going to, now noticing that his other compatriot has fallen, begin to flee.
What a weenie.
Is he disengaging?
Yeah, he's out. He's gone. He's deucing. He's peacing out. So,
He's within range.
so
The menace in that statement.
So Sithri, as he leaves your occupied space, you do get an attack of opportunity against him. So feel free to roll for that.
He's within range. Wait, sorry, roll what?
An attack of opportunity.
Just a melee attack. If an opponent leaves the 5-foot space, unless they specifically choose to disengage, you get an opportunity to roll an attack of opportunity against them, which would be a melee attack with your equipped weapon. This is done using your reaction, so you only get one per turn.
So yeah,
Okay.
you can choose to take an attack of opportunity because he
Hell
is
yeah.
disengaging out of just running away at this point.
He's scared.
He's hurt.
So I can swing my mace at him.
Yeah, you can swing your mace at him. He big
Hell yeah.
Here comes Appa.
Get it!
So the guy swung on me in my sleeping bag, and then he made a run for it.
What a
Yeah, he's a coward.
Bro, he's a sissy. Okay. He's
10 plus 5, so 15.
15.
Damn, okay.
15 does not hit.
What?
What?
Who are these guys?
They're bugbears. They strong. They strong and scur. Alright, next up is gonna be this one, who is going to pursue Weldo.
Aw, buddy.
And he's
Oh,
gonna
no.
take a swing at you with his Morning Star.
No!
again.
And that is gonna be
Weldo fucking dies.
I need a Weldo oof, like a Minecraft oof noise, but in Weldo's noise, Weldo's voice.
That's gonna be 13 to hit.
Matches.
Match
Oh,
makes
that
it.
hits.
Meets it beats is the rule.
Oh,
So
Gotcha.
it's gonna be 2d8.
oh, Weldo.
2. So that is going to be 6 points of piercing damage.
All right, I'm still alive. It's a good thing I healed myself.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Come on,
Can
guys.
we- Hold on. How do I'm gonna do something special for Weldo real quick. Hold on.
I'm
you
gonna
guys
run.
keep going.
Okay.
He's just gonna spend this whole fight going like Zoidberg.
Next up is Evo.
Alright. I'm gonna do Firebolt at that fucking bugbear.
You're not even gonna heal yourself. You're just gonna keep setting things on fire.
Nah, fuck this guy.
Who do you think you are?
Fuck this guy.
You know, I
Fuck
just
this
realized
guy.
I have pirate hair.
Did the UA one's dead and gone though, isn't he? Or AU? The red one.
Yes, actually, that one is gone. Sorry.
You have to stab him.
Alright, next. Yeah, so next up.
Evo.
So Evo, which one are you blasting?
The one that just got you.
Okay. Alright, is that a. Alright, so yeah, roll for. That is a spell attack, so you'll have to roll for that.
Alright, 19.
19 hits.
Ah, fuck.
What'd you do?
1.
1?
Yeah.
She tickled him.
Alright.
You sneezed on him.
Grazed.
You do 1 point of
Scared him.
damage.
Yeah.
Good job. Maximum effort.
You're
Alright.
doing it,
Alright.
buddy.
Next up is gonna be Weldo.
Alright, so I'm gonna run.
Whoop. Oh, fuck.
For
Disconnects you
15
when you
minutes.
encounter.
Hold on.
If the DM disconnects for 15 minutes or more, you win.
wait.
Hold on, I'm back. I'm back.
I have something for you. Oh, hold on. Weldo, in general chat in the Discord server, I'm posting what it sounds like when Weldo gets hit with the mace.
Oh no.
I'm gonna make sure I choose the right one.
Alright. We're back, everybody. We're good. Okay.
There we go.
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, pitch shifted Roblox death noise.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. So Weldo, what was your?
So I'm gonna fucking run between Trescon and Evo.
Okay, honey.
Gonna keep hiding behind him.
Alrighty.
And
Do anything?
yeah, I gotta heal. Who do I heal?
How dead is yourself?
A little over half.
Oh, that's not bad.
How dead is Sithri?
Hold on, quick math. Not as dead as you.
I'm gonna heal myself again. Good cleric.
Best cleric.
Most self-serving I've
I'm
ever
like a
met.
Paladin.
Probably the coolest cleric I've ever met.
Take all the damage and make a run for it.
I am the tank now.
Oh wow, that's a good cure wounds.
All right, next
Yeah,
one's gonna be
need
next up is Sithri, so you're on deck.
So
All right. Who's closest to me?
Right now, you're
Appa
right
and
next
Six.
to the. You were right next to one of the bugbears.
And Appa.
He's looking pretty rough.
Well, I can see mine. I couldn't tell who the other marker was.
That's Appa. That is.
It's Appa.
a large
Appa's hanging out.
human.
All right. I'm gonna take a swing with my mace. Because that's the only melee weapon I have equipped right now.
Alright.
At the bugbear that's behind me. And he's standing right in front of the fire, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting a lot of force into this swing.
She wants to set him on
You
fire.
can try to shove him into the fire if you want.
Get it. Do it. Make me proud.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I am gonna... No. Because if I hit, I'll damage him. And he'll probably stumble back into the fire.
Possibly. Depends on your roll.
I'll risk it. I have terrible luck. I'm
Alright.
sorry in advance.
Alright, roll for your attack, please.
17.
Okay. You definitely hit, but he does not fall into the fire. What's your damage?
5.
5. And that is... Alright. How do you want to do this? Like, how doth thou chooses to kill this individual?
Alright. So I've got my mace, and I really just kind of like wedge it in right between his neck and his shoulder, right? And it really gets into the meat. Something's kind of hooked on there, right underneath like one of the sharper edges of my mace. And I'm realizing he's kind of stuck and he's falling backwards. So I just take my foot and I kick him into the fire, dislodging him off my mace. The fire's happening.
All right, the fire is happening.
I'm a proud mom right now.
So as the bugbear falls back onto the top of your campfire, you see a shower of just embers and sparks just come up from the fire, and it starts to scream as it burns in its last moments of life.
Smells delicious. 10 out of
No,
10.
ew.
Alright, so
It's
next
like burnt
up
fur.
is going to be Driscon. Hey,
Alright,
this is not zombies anymore. Those fuckers wouldn't stay dead.
Ha ha ha.
All right. I'm going to move 10 feet. So to engage with Z5, is it Z5 still? I can't tell.
Yeah.
So 10 feet diagonally. So 5 feet and then another 5 feet. So I'm between the two.
What two?
Well, there's another token out on the edge of the camp there on the road. Was that dead? Okay. All right. All right. Well, then in that case, I'll just move the 5 feet. And then I'm going to take a swing with my my great axe.
All right, roll for your attack.
Okay. That is 21 to hit.
All right, you hit.
All right, and damage is 12.
12. Which one is that? That is. All right, that is. All right, 12 damage to hit. Okay. All right, he's starting to look pretty rough.
Okay. All right.
All right, next up is going to be Alara.
Okay, who's left? I could probably hit that, right?
I don't know. What's your range?
Is that under actions?
Yes.
Or... It doesn't say.
See. Range is 150 to 600 feet. So yes.
So
you hit.
yes. Okay, well I'm gonna follow suit and I'm gonna move next to the fire.
I feel like I accidentally gave you a super overpowered bow.
Whatever. I'm gonna take a log and shoot it at this thing.
You're gonna take a log? Why don't you just light an arrow on fire?
Because you said I couldn't have any more pitch, remember?
Yeah, but arrows are made of wood. They
Fine, I'm lighting it on fire.
Okay. I'm just saying, if you use something other than an arrow in your bow, it becomes an improvised weapon. Okay.
I'm lighting an arrow on fire.
Okay.
I'm shooting it.
All right. Roll for your attack, please.
Yes, finally, she's shooting an arrow out of her bow.
I have a 100-yard range with my bow. I'm gonna throw a log at him.
I was gonna shoot it.
I'm gonna reach into the fire and grab this flaming log.
It's 30.
30 damage?
Oh wait. You said roll for my... I have to...
Oh, roll for your attack. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you definitely hit.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 1d8 plus 7 plus 2. And I have Hunter's Mark, and that's an extra plus 8.
Okay.
So...
You didn't cast Hunter's Mark on it, though.
It moves to the next target automatically.
Right, but you have to actually, like, take an extra action to You get that extra action for free, but you have to actually like say I'm moving it to this target.
Once per turn. So fine, I'm moving it to that target.
Okay. I'm letting you because I'm letting you know so that way you can remember going forward.
Okay. 2d8s. We have a 6, another 6, plus 7, 19, plus 2, 21.
Okay, 21, 2, 3, Z. Alright. It's going to be. Okay.
And Appa is gonna chase that bitch down.
Alright.
And his movement is. Oh, his is 40. That's past 40, huh? Is Z5 still alive?
Sorry?
Is that one still alive?
Yes, that one is still alive.
Okay, that's 40. Great.
Did you say
not more than
40?
that's
That's
not more than
about
40.
35,
That's like
I think.
35 feet.
35.
From here to here?
It's 5.
Moving mostly diagonally, that's like 35 feet.
Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet.
Oh. Okay, Appa's gonna chase him down and bite him. Just gonna give him a little nip.
Don't forget to move your token.
He's got a 7. Does that hit?
A 7?
Yeah.
No, that does not hit.
Alright, well, he's out here anyways.
Alright.
Living his best life.
Okay. Next up is going to be the Bugbear Captain, or Bugbear Chief, who, seeing that he's now being chased by a giant fucking cat, is going to turn around and take 2 swings at him with his Morning Star.
Damn, okay.
Which is a 13 to hit.
Shit. It hits.
Okay, so that is going to be 13 plus 3, so 16 for the first strike. And then for the second strike, it is a. So 16 damage for the first strike. And then the second strike is a 14 to hit. So the second strike is going to be a 7 to hit. So total of 23 damage.
Okay.
Is Appa alive?
Yeah, but he's half dead.
Okay. Alright. So next up is gonna be this one, who's gonna, in a desperate attempt to somehow kill you, take a swing at you with his Morning Star, Triscon, which is gonna be a 7 to hit.
Nah.
Alright.
He's like, no.
Alright, you good. So he swings at you, but his blow kind of glances off one of your pieces of armor.
Drascon twirls and it hits his new cloak.
Yeah.
His new very short cloak.
My cloak does it tries to do the thing that Doctor Strange's cloak does, where it like swats aside the attack, but like it's too short, so it just kind of pulls me aside.
All right. Next up is gonna be Evo. Your turn.
I'm gonna drink my potion of healing.
Okay. How much do you heal for?
It's a roll.
Ooh, 8. Oh, sorry. 10. Yay.
All right. Next up is Weldo. Do you want to move or anything, Evo?
Nah.
Okay. Weldo, you're up.
I'm gonna go stab Z5.
You really should look into becoming a grave cleric.
Gonna send him to his grave pretty soon.
That's kind of the point. All right. Roll for your attack.
Grave Cleric is literally gonna like disable him as an actual healer.
Right.
You can be healed in the afterlife.
No, the problem with Grave Cleric is like there's features of Grave Cleric which make it so like if you actually heal someone that you end up taking damage.
Oh no. 24 to hit.
24 to hit. Definitely hits.
Look at you.
Damn, Waldo. Fucking getting it.
I'm
for
mad.
damage.
10.
10, and that is.
Goddamn. All right.
All right. How do you want to? How's he die, boy?
Yay, Waldo killed
I run
Wait,
over
what?
with my dagger. The guy's like 6 feet tall and I'm 3 feet, so I just jab him in his kneecap.
You're like,
Slashes Achilles.
I'm sleeping.
never wake the cleric. Got it.
He
Alright.
hasn't even had his morning
So
crack
this one's
yet.
dead, and the only one that is left is the bugbear chief. At this point, so next up is going to be Sithri.
Better
Wait,
whoop this guy's
Z5's
ass.
dead?
Yes, D5 is dead. Can you move?
Okay. I am going to once again try casting Ice Knife.
I am once again asking for your support.
You
At the second level.
You might want to move a little bit to the side so you don't hit my cat. Because one time I shot Nathan in the back.
Yeah.
That's true.
Twice.
Twice.
I'm going to move
To the side.
to the side. Like 15 feet sideways. I still got an angle. I'm not going to shoot your cat.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that works. Okay. And I am going to cast Ice Knife.
Alright. Roll for your
Okay.
spell attack.
And then it should... Hold up. Gotta make sure I'm casting at the right level. Okay. 11.
Oh.
11. What?
Yes.
Nathan.
No, I was watching that. I was watching the 11.
Oh, okay. Alright, 11. Okay, and if it hits, does it still do the area of effect damage?
Yes.
Alright, roll for that as well, please.
Aw, shit. Does that mean all but
did it hit or did it miss?
It hit.
7 damage
7 damage? Okay.
with area of effect.
So, total of 18 damage.
What's your area of effect?
It's just-
Wait, no, Ice Knife to hit was 11, and then Ice Knife damage was
okay,
7.
The hit was 11. Okay.
Alright.
It does not hit. I thought it was
So
eight.
rude, honestly.
Honestly, though.
Alright, so the area of effect damage is 7, so.
Wait, no. The damage would be 7 if I had hit,
Oh.
but
Okay.
the target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed in a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage. Oh, did we not do that last time?
No, we didn't.
Crazy.
Alright, so Alpha needs to make a dex saving throw. And the bugbear chief makes a dex throw of 7. What was the
Hey, no! You
number?
10 out of 10. 10 out of fucking 10.
I'm so glad that's being streamed.
What did I do?
The dice that the die that she rolled for Appa's saving throw got cat jacked and and played with.
It's an 18.
I can confirm it is an 18 on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
Do we
That is too funny.
allow that since the cat technically
Yeah,
rolled dice?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's really immersive
Absolutely.
because it's a cat.
Okay.
I just did he attack it and then jump on your shoulder?
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna give Honda DM inspiration for that, which
I have-
means you get it.
I got an 18. Do I win? Am I winning yet?
Yeah, you made the dex saving
Okay.
throw. So what was the number? It was like, so what was the dex save that they needed to hit? Sithri?
How do I determine dex save?
It should be.
It should be included in the description of the spell what the
Of the
dex save
spell?
DC is.
Oh, 13.
13. Okay, yeah. So Appa makes his dex save, and the bugbear chief does not make his dex save. What is the damage, Sithri?
When you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the cold damage increases by 1d6 for each slot above first. So I can cast 3d6.
Okay.
That's a d100. No, thank you. Where's my d6? There it is.
D100s
Roll.
are a thing.
Mhm.
Can I have them?
18!
18. Holy.
The area
I
of
rolled
damage
3
on its own.
Yes.
sixes!
I can
love that
confirm
here.
that is.
I
pretty
love this
beefy.
spell!
All right. He's starting to look pretty rough.
He's still not dead yet? How much?
How's he not dead?
I don't know, Driscon, you're up next.
All right, cool. I'm going to move diagonally, my full 30 feet of movement speed
All right, can you?
towards the bugbear chieftain.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right, and then I'm going to charge to move to the opposite side of the bugbear chieftain from Appa.
Okay.
So that takes up my action, and then I'm going to. No, that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
All right. Next up is going to be Alara.
Hold on. The cat knocked over my other dice.
Oh.
I don't remember my movement. What's it called?
You also got like a million feet of range.
No, I don't want to beat this guy up with my
You
hands.
don't have to interrogate everybody.
Next, you're gonna tell me I don't have to light everything on fire.
You also don't have to light everything on fire.
Wow, you're mean. Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit, and I'm going to, I guess, shoot at the bear with my longbow.
It's like y'all want to interrogate everybody who's not important, and then just fucking straight up murder everybody who is important.
Who was the last person you killed?
Probably the chain devil, or the cultist leader.
All right, roll for your attack.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. Okay, roll for
Damn.
damage. Double it, please.
Which one is that one? That one's a D8.
I prefer to roll double damage dice because it feels better.
Alright, so can we come to a group consensus? What are we doing for crits? Are we rolling and then doubling the damage, or are we rolling twice?
It works kind of the same way either way when you think about it.
I know there's just a bit more variance when you're rolling double damage die.
I have
Yeah.
a question though. Because I have Hunter's Mark still on this and it's extra D8, so I roll 4 D8s?
Yes.
Okay.
It feels satisfying to roll double damage dice. I promise you, even if you get slightly lower scores sometimes, it just feels really good to pick up like 8 dice
Give me
and
more.
just throw them.
Give me more.
Okay, I just need 3 more.
I had a guy who was running the same exact type of paladin in another game we were playing, and at level 14 he was rolling like 20 d8s for a full turn's worth of attacks.
14 piercing damage.
14 piercing damage.
Mhm.
Okay. How do you want to
I want it in the throat.
describe it then?
I want my arrow to pierce through his throat and splatter blood all over Driscoll's face.
And that is
Oh!
what will happen.
That's so
Driscoll,
unnecessary.
As you charge around this bugbear to kind of, flank it from the other side and keep him from, further escaping, just a spurt of just dark crimson blood just comes at you and just gets all over your face and armor as the bugbear chieftain just falls dead to the ground.
And
with
I
an arrow
wave at him like this.
protruding through his throat, from his throat.
Nailed it!
You guys are no longer in combat.
We're also no longer
Loot!
friends. You better pay for my laundry. I'm gonna investigate the bugbear chieftain.
Me
Okay,
too.
the bugbear chieftain is carrying nothing of importance except for a roughly drawn, what you can only assume would be map of the area. It's just literally a what you can assume is a rough approximation of a map drawn in charcoal on a piece of vellum.
What about the rest of them?
Okay, so it's his Minecraft map. Got it.
Yeah, it's his Minecraft map.
What about the rest of them?
They have nothing.
Black.
All right, cool. I'm gonna try and clean my clothes off and then finish my watch and then go to sleep.
Okay.
I want to investigate the area for more medicinal herbs to make healing potions with.
Okay, give me a nature check, please.
Oh, it's 2. Hold on a second. It's not good. Can I roll for Appa too?
Nope, you're the only one who does that.
Rude.
It is important to remember that if you're interrupted during a long rest and you're already standing a 2-hour watch, it's important to get back to sleep as soon as possible, or else you might compromise your ability to get a long rest.
Right.
I have a
What Dragon Boy said.
+1 for nature and a +4 for medicine.
Okay, it's a nature check.
Oh,
It's not a medicine check.
well then I have a 3.
All right, you unfortunately are unable to find any herbs that you would deem useful in a medicinal nature.
What about for poison?
No.
Okay. I have a book for that too.
Alright.
I want to go
So-
back to sleep then.
Okay.
Taking a night.
The remainder of the evening goes by undisturbed, and we will pick up the next day with our next session next week, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for everybody who tuned into this stream. I know that we've lost a couple of people in the last part of the game, but I super appreciate it. And yeah, that's going to be all for tonight. Thank you so much for coming, guys. There will be a recording of this posted with the kind of more in-depth, there will be a recording of this posted with kind of the more in-depth, deep dive into the story of the campaign, at least up to this point, posted on the YouTube channel. And we will be back here next week on Saturday around the same time, about 8 o'clock Eastern time. All right, thanks for coming, everybody.